Well, welcome back to Canada. We are here and ready to go for our finals. It is the World Youth Championship 2013. We are here in Canada getting ready for our 8 athletes in each category that are going to come out and start their climbs here in the attempt to earn a place on the podium for 2013. We start with 3 categories kicking things off. Those will be the Youth B categories, Youth B male, Youth B female, and then the Youth A male. That's going to start out in a moment's time. We'll present the athletes to you. They'll have their observation time and we'll get things started with our 8 athletes in each category. We will then move over onto the next set, which will be the Youth A female and then the juniors male and female as well. All that's still to come for you. I'm going to have my co-com all the way through, which will be Sean McCall with me, talking through the technicalities, and we'll be talking as well to Reinhard Fichtinger, the chief route setter here. For now, let's have a quick look at the start lists for you of those first 3 categories. Let's go to have a look at the start lists then. Starting off, first of all, for you with the female Youth B category. The female Youth B category start lists. And here are our athletes. In our Youth B lead category, we have Celine Supers, Miwa Oba, Johanna Faber, Emily Gerhardt, Claire Burfind, Akia Tajima, Margot Hayes, and Janja Garnbrett. Janja qualifying in the highest place after the semi-finals earlier on today for Slovenia. Moving on then, our next group that we have will be the male Youth B category. Male Youth B are the second of the 3 first groups to come out for us here. And the male Youth B athletes on your screen now. Gianluca Posch, Stefano Carnati, Ryosuke Hinbo, Kea Otaka, Florian Klingler, Sasha Lehmann, Hugo Parmentier, and Kai Leitner, the only male athlete during all of the semi-finals in all categories to have topped a route. Kai Leitner going to be here with us in a little while as well. Last to come out because he qualifies first place. And then we also have male Youth A for you. Let's have a look at male Youth A then. These are our first 3 categories we'll be looking at here. Starting off with Yuki Hada of Japan, then Shinshiro Nomura of Japan, Bernard Roak, Jorg Palmer, Naokai Shimatani, Sean Bailey, Kishiro Kurinaga, and Hannes Boomen. Fantastic result there for Japan. 4 male athletes qualifying for the finals, 2 from Austria as well. We've got a US athlete in there as well as a Swedish athlete, Hannes Boomen, who's been putting on quite a show as we've been moving through our World Youth Championship here at the venue. So those are our athletes, those are our start lists. At the moment, what I'm going to do then is hand you over to the local MC here at the venue to introduce the athletes, and that is Sheila McCarran. I'll hand you over to Sheila, and we're about to bring our athletes up.
Between that idea and her thinking that it should come to fruition, like I said, it's been about 5 years of which 2 were building, and this is what has come out of it, and I think the Commando deserves your recognition. Commando, please step forward and take a bow. Obviously, Commando did not build the wall brick by brick by herself, although if nobody had helped her, she probably would have. There was some financial assistance from people like the province of British Columbia, the central government of Canada, the Peninsula Co-op, as you can see on the wall, KMP Architecture, Van Isle Marina, and Ascent Public Affairs. A certain number of volunteers who have been helping out on the event as well. Teachers from the school. People who have no idea about Halloween, they've been coming in to help too. For this event, we've had help from the government of British Columbia again, Ascent Public Affairs again. The School District 63, Central Saanich, which is of course the competition climbing capital of Canada. Butchert Gardens, just up the road there, CFAX 1070, Cool FM, who've been plugging us constantly on the radio, Farmer Construction, Van Isle Marina, BC tubing, Robinson's outdoor store, Rockcraft Design, Team Sales and True North Climbing. But as I say, big thank you to the board and the staff of the Boulders Climbing Gym, the 200 volunteers who have accepted to wear orange for the past 4 days. Some have even washed their t-shirts and jackets, and they've all been extremely helpful and cheerful. Climbing Escalade Canada, USA Climbing, really come on board here too. Sports Climbing BC. A special thank you to Ingrid, who's been encouraging people to participate in a big craft project, amongst other things. Ingrid Tamboline, and the volunteers of the Central Saanich Fire Department who've been here all weekend just in case we had something to deal with. So thanks to all of those people. All right, I think we have played with their nerves long enough. It's time to meet your athletes. First of all, we will see the male Youth A. So let's greet, please. In order of qualification, and this is the order that they will go in. First of all, up to the stage, Yuki Hada, Shinichiro Nomura, Bernard Luck of Austria. Just get yourselves in line when you get up there. Also of Austria, Georg Barma, another Japanese climber, Naoki Shimatana, I beg your pardon, Shimatani. There's 4 of them all together. Sean Bailey of the USA. Keiichiro Korinaga of Japan, and Hannes Puman of Sweden.
Who are you talking to?
Your male Youth A finalists tonight.
I hope he wasn't talking to me then. I really fucking hope he weren't.
The junior males. First of all, Christoph Hanke of Germany, Maël Bonzon of France, Domen Skopic of Slovenia, Richard Kaiburin of Kazakhstan, Han-Woo Kim of South Korea, Thomas Joannes of France, Sebastian Halenka of Germany, and Dmitry Bakiryanov of Russia. Junior males. And the female Youth B girls. First of all, Celine Kuipers of Belgium, Miwa Oba of Japan, Johanna Ferber of Austria, Emily Gerhardt of Germany, Claire Burfeind of the USA, Aika Tajima of Japan, Margot Hayes, United States, of climbers. And that's it, the clock is running for the observation time. You'll see them all moving off to their particular part of the wall, trying to figure out just what the route setters intended for them to do. And or what works best for them to get up to the top of these routes, or at least as high as they can. In the semi-final, we only had 2 tops in the whole shebang. We had Magdalena for the juniors, who topped over on the left-hand side of the wall.
Well, okay then. Here are our finalists. I will talk you through, I know Sheila introduced the other 3 categories then. It looks like we're having observation all at the same time. There's a lot of athletes out on the mat at the moment, having a look through the routes that they're going to be challenged by here in Canada. But whilst our athletes are having a bit of a conversation amongst themselves as to what is best to do for the routes, I'm going to be having a brief chat in a moment's time with Reinhard Fichtinger, who is our chief route setter here. Move over to have a brief conversation with him now about the routes. You know, you've had, Reinhard, hello first of all.
Hello.
You've had approximately 3 hours-ish to change the semi-finals into the finals. Has it been a fine call?
Yeah, it was okay. It was not too much time, so we have to hurry up, but we did it, and we prepared the routes 1 week before, and now we did some small changes, but I hope they're pretty good.
You've had a pretty good team all the way through this one, haven't you? You've given us some fantastic routes. The semi-finals earlier, we saw pretty much exactly what you wanted to see, which was only a couple of tops. I mean, you were after a few more, I think, but it was a fantastic level of grading and difficulty. You've got a nice spread of grades from the athletes. Were you pleased with the semi-finals?
Yeah, some of them were a little too hard. We expected like 1 or 2 tops in each route, and we just had 2 routes pinned up, but it was okay. The semis are important for the ranking, and I think now in the final we can concentrate on the show a little bit, and we have prepared. We have more room for the routes now because we're just 3, and we can move a little.
Okay, so talk me through the routes that we have here at the venue. So we've got this blue one first. Let's start with the blue one. This is final for female youth B, but also the final for female youth A. Is that right?
Yeah, it's for both categories. And yeah, I think the strongest of these both categories, they can climb quite similar, and we can expect the top maybe in each of the categories. We'll see.
So what kind of a route is this? I'm seeing quite a lot of pinches going up here. There's a lot of plates on the wall as well at the bottom section, then into sort of like a mess of volumes up in the upper middle section before moving out towards the almost the roof section there at the very top, up to the height of the wall, 18 meters in length. What kind of style of route is this?
It starts with a vertical part and a little arête, a little technical, but not so hard. You could climb pretty fast through it. Then it's the volume section, where it's maybe a little bit hard to read. It's not so hard to climb, but you can take some time and you can make some mistakes. And yeah, if you save some energy after this volume section, then you're ready for the last part, which is just powerful and athletic. And we hope to get the best climbers up there.
Grading wise for this route then?
It's like an 8A plus, the blue.
And you are expecting to see a couple of tops on from each group on this route?
No, for sure not a couple of tops. So the best would be if it was 1 top in each group. So yeah.
In terms of the crooks on the wall, is there one? Where do you think you will see most of the falls?
I think we could see some falls at the volume section because it's a little bit hard to read and tricky. And then the best should climb in the roof, and here you can't make a lot of mistakes. You just have to climb, and you can fight hold by hold.
Okay, thank you, Reinhard. Moving over onto the yellow that we have on this side then. This is the final for male youth A and also for the male junior categories. Talk us through this one.
Yeah, the yellow is the hardest route. It's for male youth A and juniors. It's like a hard 8P to an 8P plus maybe. and it starts quite powerful with big moves and athletic climbing. Then there's a little jump before the volume sections. Yeah, you have some big moves, athletic moves in the middle, and just a sustained finish with small holds, where we expect the best climbers to fall there.
So you're expecting the last few athletes to falter at the very top of this bit, the best in the category. We're thinking we're going to see them right up on that flat white at the very top.
Yeah, this flat white part is not so hard to read. It's just a part where you can just climb hold by hold, unless you're pumped. And I think it could be really good for the ranking when we expect the best 3 up there in this white part.
Okay, moving on. Over onto the other side, this big pink route that we have here. Again, you've utilised the roof at the very top, I can see there, in a really nice way, going over to the left before curving out onto the front. It goes off at a bit of an angle here and back again. What's the intention with this one? This is male youth B and female junior.
Yeah. On this route, it starts quite with big moves, and you can climb pretty fast to the first part. And then is this section with the blue volumes, where it starts to be technical and a little bit weird and hard to read. On this, especially on this arête, on this vertical part in the middle. And as soon as you enter the roof, it changes totally, and you have powerful moves, and yeah, you can climb until you fall.
So the roof part, we're looking at powerful moves towards the upper section again. So you're doing a switcheroo with the Youth B, where it was a sustained end of it and quite a powerful midsection around the volumes. On this type, we have a technical midsection and a very powerful upper section.
Yeah, that's true.
And in terms of grading for this one?
It's also like a hard 8A plus, maybe an 8A plus to an 8B. We have seen 2 pretty good strong climbers in the USP category and in junior male, and junior female, so I think they're quite the same level, and we can expect the top in each of the categories.
Reinhard, thank you very much for talking with us yet again, and thank you for giving us such a fantastic competition all the way throughout. I'm going to let you go and get stressed for the next little while, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you, Reinhard. Riset is always having a moment there where they just have to wait to see what the first few climbers do, and then they're allowed to relax then after that one. So thank you, Reinhard. Moving on to the next stage, the next highlight, if you will, of this competition. I have the pleasure of being joined throughout, and he's already got the app up, which is just cracking. You've done this before, haven't you? It's Sean McCall with us now. How are you, Sean?
Hey, how you guys?
Not too bad. Okay, so we're starting off with 3 groups, and then we're going to come on to the next 3 a little bit later on. We only have 3 routes all in all. You've had a moment to have a look at those routes now. We're starting off with Youth B female, Youth B male, Youth A male as well. What do you think of the routes that we're looking at here?
I mean, first of all, I looked at them, and obviously there's only 3 routes now, so the lines can wander. I mean, a whole lot more than in semifinals and the qualification. So, I mean, it looks spectacular. I called it yesterday or the day before. I was like, I think the finals routes will be 3. It'll be here, here, and here, and they do not disappoint. I mean, you have a really long yellow route out left. It's got some volumes in the middle. Looks powerful, and the top looks really hard. And in the middle, I mean, nice blue route with lots of volumes again in the middle with a hard top, and then on the right, a really aesthetic pink route, a long top. It's going to be pumpy. I think it's going to be really exciting finals.
For yourself, I know we unfortunately have no Canadian athletes in the finals with us, but who are your personal favourites? Who are the ones that have caught your eye over the past few days?
I don't know. I try not to have favorites. I mean, in the juniors, I definitely see a big struggle between there's a top German climber, there's obviously Domen, and then I think there's another German climber, obviously Sebastian, and then all the other categories. I mean, there's lots of people that I had never even seen before this comp, especially a few from the U.S. That I think they're going to do really well, and I think they're going to be really excited, and the crowd's really good here, and I think it's going to be really exciting.
We had Sean Bailey from the US and Kai Leitner. Sean Bailey, I believe, in the Youth A male category, and Kai Leitner in the Youth B, putting on quite the show here. There's Hannes Puman as well from Sweden in the Youth A male category. It's also been sort of leading the pack there. And Bernard Rourke as well, Magdalena's brother as well. It's kind of like a bit of a dark horse of that category, I think. So, for you, out of the 3 of them, which is the one that you would most like to climb?
I don't even know. It's funny that you mentioned them, because obviously there's 2 rock siblings. There's also the two Posh siblings, and I don't know. I'm excited to see them climb. I mean, for the younger ones, I know Bernhard. He's a Youth B world champion, and I think it was Imst 2 years ago. Obviously, I think it's the first world championships for Katerina Posch's younger brother. So he's really psyched to be here, psyched to climb, and I think there's going to be a battle in the juniors between the two Austrians I just mentioned, Katerina and Magdalena.
So we've seen some fantastic athletes over the past few days getting ready for this moment here now. The 8 athletes that managed to make it through into the finals. Sean's going to be with us all the way through these finals, and he's here for the technical eye. Any questions you might have for myself, or more likely Sean, send them in to us on Twitter. You can do so using the hashtag WYCH2013. That's WYCH2013 with a hashtag. Send it straight in to us, and we'll say hello. We'll have a bit of a chat as we move through the finals. It's time to get excited, guys. We're about to start bringing out the first few athletes. Not long to go now. Team ABC Boulder, a shout out to you guys saying go Margot Hayes and all the USA athletes. As Sean mentioned a few moments ago, he hadn't seen a few of these US athletes before. They've come into this competition and really surprised a lot of us here. Done some incredible climbing over the past few days, and now we have a few of them moving into the finals as well. As I mentioned, Sean Bailey and also Kai Leitner for the boys. For the girls as well, we also have some for the female athletes from the US. Moving through to this stage here, it is Claire Burfiend and Margot Hayes that are going to be here a little bit later on.
It's going to be pretty encouraging for the future Canadian climbing, especially with
A great surprise for all of them
they can really train up.
to make it through to this stage. They've put on quite a show. They did again as well with the speed finals. US have been very, very strong here. A very strong contingent coming up to Canada for the World Youth Champs. So yes, these routes look very, very interesting. We're going to see a lot of them over the next few hours. Let us know first off, to get this chat started then, which one is the one that you're liking the most? Which is the one that takes your fancy the most when you're looking at these? Which is the one that you think is going to cause the most excitement? Which is the one that you'd most like to climb? Some really, really interesting sections on these walls.
Professional career to work on, and it says a lot about
The sequencing around the midsection of the pink route, very, very interesting. And also around the volumes in the midsection on the female Youth B one that we just have our Belgium athlete moving out onto now to start things off for us. That first athlete will be Celine Supers of Belgium. Celine Supers of Belgium. She is 14 years old, and she's been climbing since she was 10, so only 4 years for this athlete. The brother of her mother lived near a climbing hall, and that's how she got involved. It was an uncle that helped her get involved with climbing. She came second at the EYC in Edinburgh, and her dad and her coach listed as her biggest influences. She starts off now on the female Youth B category wall here, which is the technical one. We're looking at about an 8A plus for it. She's very quick to start on this one. Moving on to the male Youth A category now. Hara Yuki moving to start here. 16 years old, from Japan, has been climbing since 2006, so for 7 years. His climbing gym is at Gym Energy. It's his home gym. He was Japanese youth champion. At the Japan Youth Championship. He came 4th at the Youth A category there. And he lists his favourite place to climb as his home gym. Moving on then onto the male Youth B category. Our first athlete out onto male Youth B from Austria, one that Sean was mentioning just a few moments ago. Gianluca Posch, who is Katarina's younger brother. Katarina also putting on a good show here so far. Gianluca now starts, born in 1998 in the B lead category now. Gianluca Posch. Sean, as we move towards this section in the middle of the wall here with Gianluca Posch, talk us through exactly how he's going to be looking at this bouldery kind of section in the middle.
Well, this part's really tricky, mostly because your feet are really far to the left, and there's no feet, as you can see, under towards the right. So, I mean, there you're going to have to either do a harder move with your shoulder to go up and right, or you're going to have to hold the hold below and do a big cross and then heel look. So I think it's going to be like this for, 4 or 5 moves until they get to that next big feature. Then they're going to have to go delicately through the next 2 blue volumes to work their way up into the next, I guess, pretty vertical section. And maybe there'll be a bit of stemming in the corner and then tackle the top lead section.
Trickiest point as we move towards the roof on this route, what's it looking like to you?
Like I said, I think it's going to be a little bit of stemming in the corner, especially I see one big feature you're definitely going to undercling match, probably clip off of as well. Maybe get a knee bar, don't know, find out. And I don't think there's any rests at the top. I think once they pass that, well, there's a big kind of railing right in the middle. I think once they pass that, the last 3 draws plus the final anchor, they're gonna be going pretty quickly. They're not gonna be stopping at all.
Moving over to our Belgium athlete, Celine Supers, then she's approaching the large volume section in the middle of the wall here as well. The most opportune moment to rest at this point at the top. Are you thinking around the yellow hold, piggybacking on the green volume? As a rest point at the very top there, you have the green volume around there. Do you think they're going to be resting there if they get a chance for it?
They might. It all depends on the feet. If they can get one heel look, and then, it's too bad for the Belgian girl. I think once they can get a little bit higher, if they can get a heel look with one foot, then get in a comfortable position, and then put the other foot into maybe another heel look, maybe they can rest. From here, I can't really tell. And there's the first Japanese climber off the wall. Big moves on that route, and then I think they have to match hands on the one right beside that. So first 2 climbers off with Mr. Posch still climbing on the right.
Thanks, Sean. And so this is the point now that you were talking about a moment ago. You can see some bridging going on here, and you were thinking that it was going to be a possibility of a knee bar under this one as a chance to rest. No, you're talking about it's hard to see from this angle with the height of them as well. The athletes, you can never quite tell how big they're going to be when they're up that high on the wall. This is 18 meters, this wall. Unfortunate fall there for Gianluca. So most of the athletes, well, all of the athletes, in fact, falling around the large volume section in the middle at the start of these climbs then. So we have our current high points now on the wall. Those 3 athletes currently in the first place position. As we move on to the next set of guys, just a shout out to Susan Berry who's joining us, saying good luck to Molly from all here in Glasgow from Subi. Shout out to all you guys joining us for this one. We get ready with our next few athletes then for female Youth B. Our next athlete out will be Miwa Oba of Japan. A lot of Japanese athletes moving into the final here. For the male Youth B lead, we'll have Stefano Carnati of Italy. He's next up. And also for the male Youth A, it'll be Shinshiro Nomura of Japan as well. Fantastic performance from all of the athletes that have come across from Japan for this World Youth Championships. So Miwa Oba, 15 years old. She's from Japan, as you can probably see. She's been climbing for only 5 years. And she started because she thought climbing was cool. Her local centre is Play Mountain. If any of you guys are joining us from Play Mountain, give us a shout out on Twitter. You can get in touch with us using the hashtag WYCH2013. WYCH2013. So female Youth B has a kind of technical start to it. Just looking at the moment then as Miwa Oba starts off on this one. A lot of plates on the wall here. Interesting sequencing before reaching that first large green volume on the wall. It's a really nice undercling coming up for our Italian athletes at the start of male youth B. As Reinhard Fichtinger, our chief route setter, was saying a few moments ago, it's a very quick, powerful start for the athletes on male youth B. Not too tricky for them, moving into a little bit of a crimp here with the left hand, and then pushing up towards that first large blue volume there.
So Sean, as we missed it on the first climb for the female athletes, Saloon Sippers, that was up there from Belgium, just talk us through what Miwa Oba is going to be doing now on female youth B from this section. She's had the technical start, she's now going to start moving towards the large volumes on this one. What's the progression of this from here?
I mean, she definitely got up there pretty quickly. She's been climbing for what I guess is about a minute, 2 minutes. So she's doing well. Celine got a score of 26, so I think on the green or yellow volume, I don't actually remember. But from the looks of it, I think this girl will pass her. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think it's going to be really hard through those six volumes. But we'll see in about a minute.
Over on the male youth A section now, just about to start approaching these this volume section on the wall up here, and looking very, very confident at the moment. Not worrying too much about it at all. Now, Anna, your mum, is sitting next to her, Sean, and she just went, oh my God. Why was that, do you think?
Well, he did an all points off dyno. He stuck the hold with one arm. You have to be really confident to be able to do it, and you have to know that the next hold you're sticking is really good. Coming from the Gaston shoulder with your left hand, you have to know that you can do it. If you hesitate, maybe your foot starts to slip, maybe you don't judge it right. You really just have to go for it. And as you see, these climbers are in finals. They have to climb confidently, and they know that. If they don't climb confidently, they're going to get halfway, they're going to be pumped, and they're never going to have even the opportunity to get higher on the route.
So this athlete that we are watching here currently at the present moment in time is Shinichiro Nomura of Japan. His teammate Yuki Hada has just come down quite a bit below this. So we have a new high point here. Oh, and a slip on that point there. The confidence was there, the mentality was definitely there in him on that point. That was just a slip, a little bit unfortunate. What do you think, Sean?
Yeah, it looked like when he came with his left hand, he was trying to get like a reverse pistol grip, and it looked like he just missed it. I know that hole. I know it's made by Technic. I know how to grab it, and maybe it's new for him. Maybe he just was a little bit pumped and couldn't get on it, but he's going to get a plus off the right hand and tag on the yellow, on the brick. And here the Japanese climber came off, but again as a high point, and there's also a high point out right too.
Our Italian athlete Stefano Carnati right now looking very good. A new high point on this wall. And unfortunately just didn't quite go up enough for that volume. The next hold on there. Was that a pinch, the next hold on that one, Sean?
Well, actually, he skipped a clip. So you see the huge fall he just took. So he actually will not get credit for that top right hold. I imagine they'll give him credit for the left hand underneath, because it would be still possible to clip from there. But after he went up with his right hand, I think he knew he couldn't clip, and so, I mean, he was really pumped, and then he jumped off. But I think he's going to get that left hand, and then they'll give him a solid on it, because he can't have a plus if he skipped the clip.
Such a shame. In this competition, just coming out to male youth A is Bernard Rock, Magdalena's younger brother. Now this is a definite contender for this one. You were saying, Sean, you reckon it could be between the two Austrians for this category?
Yeah, he's a world champion in IMSS 2 years ago. I know he trains, I don't even know where he trains. He trains somewhere in Austria. I assume Innsbruck, because they all train in Innsbruck, but maybe he doesn't train in Innsbruck. But they just have a very good training regime. They have lots of really strong athletes. They have all the motivation. I know Jakob trains there. I mean, lots of my Austrian friends and Dutch friends, they train there. So it's a really good atmosphere.
So Bernard Rock, the next one out on the male youth A category. Over on the female youth B now, about to start off. Next athlete coming out from Austria. Is Johanna Faber of Austria just coming out now for that one. And also we have another Japanese athlete, yet another one through into the finals here in the male youth B category, which is Ryosuke Hibino. So, Bernard Rock next up for the men's youth A category. For the female youth B, we're looking at Johanna Faber, and for the male youth B, we're looking at Ryosuke Hibino. Bernard slow and steady on this one. As I said before, if any of you want to get in touch with us, you can do so by using the Twitter space, and you can use hashtag WYCH2013 to get in touch with us here at the venue as we move through this competition. So the high point currently over on the male youth A route, at present being held by our previous competitor out onto that one, Shinichiro Nomura. Just that little bit of a slip there as he went up for what is essentially a very good hold. He just couldn't quite get the hand into the right position. The block, the big yellow wedge cheese, just past the volumes on that route. All athletes here pacing themselves well, none of them seeming to struggle too much at the moment. None of them particularly over-pumped. You see Bernard doing that a much more static way than the previous competitor.
Looks like Bernard's really pumped here. I think he's going to come off in the next couple of moves. He was looking really good on the first couple of the volumes, and gets a heel hook, he'll be able to get a little bit back here, but comes off at the same place as the first Japanese climber, and he looks really good on the first orange volume. And as he was going through there, it looked like he ran out of juice. I don't know, and he still kept going a few moves further, and I think he's going to be tied with the first Japanese climber, which I think will put him in second place for the moment.
Interesting development, well called. You were like, he's going to come off in 2 moves, and he did. Interesting to see that switch. The moment I looked up a few seconds ago, it looked pretty all right. An early fall as well for our Japanese athlete here, and also again for our female youth B category as well. So I believe Stefano Carnati, despite the missed clip, is still currently holding the high point on male youth B. Over onto female youth B, I believe it's Miwa Oba at the moment that's currently holding the high point, and it's Shinichiro Nomura over on male youth A after that interesting development there from Bernard Rock. Our next athlete, also from Austria, is Jörg Palmer. We had a long chat with him during the qualifications. He was saying one of his strengths is the mentality behind climbing, in the hope that he can keep himself calm as he goes through this one, control his pace as well, and let's just hope that he doesn't get as pumped as his teammate did a few moments ago at that point around the volumes in the midsection of that wall. Next up, over on female youth B for Germany, our next athlete will be Emily Gerhardt. Emily Gerhardt, 14 years old, from Germany. She's been climbing for 6 years and started with her parents. The local centre or home gym is Karlsruhe. It's spelled K-A-R-L-S-R-U-H-E, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, then I apologise. Karlsruhe I've got here. Best results then, 5th at the European Youth Cup in Edinburgh 2013, and also 11th at IMCH in 2013 as well. Favourite places to climb include Spain, France as well. She's about to start off in female Youth B category on the blue route, and our next athlete out, yet another Japanese athlete over on the male Youth B wall now, Keiya Otaka. Now Keiya put in a particularly good performance in the semi-finals. He qualifies in 5th place moving through into the finals, which means he's out 4th, just to confuse things for you. And he starts his climb. Now here, Sean, talk us through the lower section here on the male Youth A wall.
Well, just looking at it now, I realize actually it's not easy. Usually I anticipate the first 10 moves, 15 moves are going to be pretty easy, and I try to go quickly, but it looks like, yeah, maybe the first move is easy, and then it looks like actually the feet are quite low, so all these moves are a little bit hard. You have to remember also that this is also the male junior final, so this route has to separate, you know, Sebastian Haranke and Domen Skofik, so these youth A's are, I mean, just statistically are going to be lower than the juniors, and so most, I guess the high point might be at 2/3, and then the juniors are going to have to battle it out a little bit higher. But it looks hard at the bottom, and then leading up into that dyno, then maybe if you can match hands at the dyno, you can get a little bit back. But as we saw with the Austrian climber just before, he got pumped, like really pumped, in the next 2-3 volumes after he did that dyno.
It looks like a route of two halves, doesn't it? It looks, once you get up to the volume section, you've got that little bit we've just seen Shinshiro get to with the big cheese wedge on there. But from there on up to the very, very top, all the way up to the 18-meter top there, there's just hard, well, I can't see a single place to rest up on that one. Can you see anything that's going to be able to use to their advantage later on, or do you think it's going to be a sustained, continuous route from there on? On the yellow one, yeah, past the cheese wedge on.
I don't see any rests. I'm sure if people get up there, they're gonna try to shake out on every move. Just a quick shake, you do the move, a clip, a quick shake, do the move. Maybe on the 2 volumes that are stuck together, right on the top of it, there's a left-hand pinch, a thumb catch. Maybe if you can stem in the corner, there's a small rest. But we'll see how quickly they move through that section, and yeah, we'll see.
You think that's a deliberate thing that they've put in a really tough sustained section at the top, because you've got people like Sebastian that are coming in, Domen that are competing on senior level?
I think I think that's exactly what it is. It's going to be sustained, and it's just going to be whoever has better endurance for these routes.
Jorg starting to look like he might be in a little bit of trouble here. What are you thinking of his climb so far?
It looked like the bottom he climbed pretty well. He had a little bit of difficulty in that sloper, so we'll see on the dyno after he sticks the dyno. Just his body language, how well he's going to be able to rest and stretch out just after the dyno, or even right now, just before it. So it looks like he's a little bit pumped. His right elbow, you can see it coming out a bit. He's going to try to rest. He'll probably get the next one, shake out his right arm just before the dyno, and there's a chance he falls on the dyno, but I don't think he will.
So we haven't seen much progression going on the female Youth B route either. We've seen a lot of them falling down around the frog's eyes. You can see about halfway up there. Jorg a little bit more static than we've seen from some of the earlier climbers on that dyno than Sean. He's kind of just popped a little bit for it and got it. It was quite a static move there for him.
Yeah, he's a little bit taller than, I guess, the Japanese climbers. He kept his foot on. He kept his foot on the lower one, which leads me to believe maybe it's not as far as some of the others think, but I know the hole that you're going to, the one his heel is in right now, and I know it's really good. So if you can hit it, you can stick it.
And from here, you think he's just got to keep pushing up? I mean, do you think the cheese wedge a little bit up, do you think there's a possibility for a shakeout there at all with the smearing on the wall?
I don't think so. Actually, now that I look, there's no feet over there. I think as you come into the wedge, I think your left foot is just going to have to go way back to the left on the hold, and he comes off, and he's clearly disappointed with it.
So we currently are still looking at our high points here as being Stefano Carnati at the moment, I believe, Miwa Oba and Shinshiro Nomura. What are we thinking about these ones then, guys? Get in touch with us. You can do so on Twitter using the hashtag WYCH2013. I am sitting here with Sean McCall. Any questions you might want to direct at him? Here's your opportunity to do so in relation to this particular event that we're looking at here. Next up for the male youth B is Florian Klingler coming out for Austria. In female youth B then, our next athlete out and already starting is Claire Burfind of the USA. And our next athlete out for male youth A is going to be Naoki Shimatani, another Japanese athlete coming out next. Okay, so you've seen some of these guys climbing a little bit earlier, Sean. What are you thinking of these ones?
Well, I was just looking back over to the male youth B, and it's really unfortunate actually. The last two Japanese climbers have fallen off. I think around the blue volume. I know the first one, his foot slipped, and he was disappointed. And then I didn't see the second one, but I know he fell. I looked at the score, the exact same move, just a half a move below. So I don't know. It's strange, but I guess for that route, it's not a great day for the Japanese climbers.
Well, they're doing all right at the moment over on Youth A. The leader of our pack over on Youth A at the moment is still Shinichiro Nomura. We have another Japanese athlete, Naoki Shimatani, now up climbing on that one. And for the US, we're over with Claire Burfind. Claire's got a nice little pocket there at the moment. She's going to sit into it for a little bit, shake out before pushing up into this volume section ahead of her. Her biggest challenge then, Sean, from this point on the volumes, which is the one that you think from this sequence on to the roof, the point there on the female route, for her the biggest challenge on this one, what do you think it's going to be?
I think for Claire is the fact that she's tall and she's going to have her feet actually pretty high up in the next moves. She'll get the clip from maybe the next one, I don't know. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a struggle, and I know the high point I think is off the... I actually forget exactly what the high point is, so hopefully she'll show me either a high point or something that I can make reference to, but I think it's off the pink and maybe the really big purple undercling, but it looks like it's really hard here. She needs to bump further on that hold. The hold's a little bit further, and I think if she tries to cross off this right hand right now, she'll fall. She had to really go again with the right hand, and she almost stuck the move to the green eyeballs, but no, she didn't hit it right. She's really disappointed. That's really too bad.
You can see the frustration there for Claire down on the ground now. Still a great effort to reach the point that she's reached at the moment. Again, Sean, the same thing happening with the Austrian climbers over on the male youth B. It's all around this point here that we're seeing our athletes come down.
Yeah, I don't know. I missed that. I was watching the youth A, the girls category, the B girls, and I don't know, I missed it. But I can see it's the same draws clip, so I imagine that it's moving off that second volume. Your feet, there's not a lot of feet. So maybe they're slipping a bit. Maybe I don't know.
So we're seeing some interesting developments. Now this is looking good though over on male youth A at the moment. We're over here with Naoki Shimatani. One more move. If he can secure it, gives him the high point. And he manages to do what his teammate could not a short while ago. And can't get the next one after it. I mean, where are they supposed to go on the move after that, Sean? What is that?
I'm almost laughing because that move looks so hard. He has the high point. He stuck it coming into the, we'll call it the brick hold. He got the really good wrap, and then he had a little bit of problem with his feet with the rope, but eventually he got it on. He tried to do the move, but he was still almost a foot away from sticking the hold, from even touching the hold. And then once you touch it, you have to stick it, and then you get a heel look. So sticking it's going to be harder than doing the next move, but that move looks really hard. I think you have to be really pretty fresh by getting to the brick, and but for the moment he's in first place, so congratulations, and I think there's 3 climbers left.
What exactly are you supposed to do with that hold up there? Because that it's kind of baffling me. It looks like they almost might have missed something off. Is it a quick 1-2 or something? What is it supposed to be?
I think it's, yeah, you come with your left exactly like he did, and really get your foot on as quick as possible and do the move. If you screw around looking for a foothold that's not there, or matching feet, or anything, you're going to be too tired. You're in full compression, it's same foot, same hand, and I think you just need to hit it, be not as pumped as you think you are, and just do the move.
Be not as pumped as you think you are. I'm loving that. We're going to be using that one again. We're now moving on to our next athlete from Female Youth B. It's going to be really interesting to see, especially as we move towards the juniors as well, how the athletes get on with that move on the Male Youth A route that we've just seen. But here we have Tajima Akia for Youth B Female. She's 14 years old, just starting off on our blue route in the middle here. She's only been climbing for 4 years. And she started climbing by getting involved with the public facilities that are near her house, and thought it was fun, and then got involved with it. She was in Singapore. She came second at the World Youth Championship in Singapore last year. Ko Wall is her local centre. Her biggest influence is her coach, and her favourite place to climb is a rock wall at the home gym back there. And her one and only hobby, the one thing, her obsession she's put here, is pure just climbing straight through and through. She doesn't have any other hobbies. She just loves climbing too much. It takes up a lot of her time. I'm amazed any of these athletes, even the seniors as well, ever have any other hobbies. A lot of them are qualified physicians or psychologists, doctors, some of them. It's incredible what some of the athletes get up to in their downtime with so little of it as well. Now we're with Sean, who's our next athlete out on Male Youth A. Sean Bailey, he looked incredibly strong in the semi-finals earlier today. Sean, as in our Sean McCall. Sean, how is Sean looking at this point now? I mean, he's only just started, but what are you getting from him at the moment?
I mean, like the rest of the people in the category, I think it's a lot harder than they had previewed. Whenever you preview the route, you never think the first 10 moves are going to be, you never think they're going to be a struggle. You never think you're going to be pumped. And with this route, after you get up to even a third of the way, you're going to be pumped, and that's just the way it is. So it's hard to do as a climber. I know Sean is from, I think, Seattle area, and hopefully he'll get a little bit back here and be able to relax and get up into the next orange part, and then start climbing a bit faster, I guess.
Okay, we're still with Tajima Akia, and over on the other far side then, on the Male Youth B category at the moment, another one to keep your eyes peeled for as we move through this competition. It is Sasha Lehmann, who was leading with Kai Leitner throughout the competition at the earlier stages. He had a bit of a tricksy climb earlier in the semis. It was fine. It was enough to qualify for the finals. We had a brief conversation with Sasha after he got down. But this competition has really been about him and Kai Leitner. Those are the two athletes that have been racing in their positions from the very start. So let's see how he gets on and he moves on this one. Moving over onto that point at the moment then, and to where Sasha is at present. Sean, we're hoping he's not going to miss a clip, right?
Actually, yeah, no, he won't miss. I don't think he'll miss a clip. But looking back, I think actually a couple of the past athletes have been using the wrong method. I saw this climber go up off the boot volume with his left hand, grab the foothold, say, no, there's not a chance I do that move, and go back down and back towards the right. So I think actually, well, he did it really well. He was problem solving really well, and I think he looks really good right now. So from here he'll clip, I think. No, he looks pumped on his left arm, but not on his right. So that'll be exciting. And he comes off, and that's the clip that that the person with the high point skipped. So obviously he skipped it as well. He's, I think, 2 holes lower. I think second or third place for the moment. I think second place for the moment. And I think we're going to see a high point on the Youth B females. Japanese climb here looking totally solid.
She's 14 years old.
Well, then the 14-year-old girl is looking really solid.
No. I was just saying, like, don't you think that's amazing that these guys are that young, and they look as strong and are as strong as they are at such a young age? When did you start?
I started climbing when I was 10, and so I don't know what I looked at when I was 14, but hope that I looked as good as these guys.
Fall there for Sean Bailey, an unfortunate fall for him. Back down on the ground it is then. Still with now, though, on our female youth B lead category, Aika Tajima. So she's found a moment to rest here. Our other two athletes back down again. We wait for the next turnaround. We're about to bring out our first French athlete on the male youth B category. It's Hugo Parmentier coming out now for male youth B. He's 15 years old. He's been climbing for 10 years, since he was 5 years old. And here he is in the youth B male category. His favourite place to climb is, not surprisingly, Fontainebleau. He started climbing with his brother. And we're seeing some fantastic climbing here from the female youth B climber, Aika. And the crowd are loving it. She's got to sort out a footing here. Hugo just starting off on male youth B and bringing out our next athlete onto male youth A category now. Another Japanese athlete is Kishira Koranaga. A fantastic effort there from our Japanese athlete Aika Tajima. Hugo then started with his brother at the local centre Blockout or Levalos. He was fourth at the European Championship in 2013. European Youth, that will be European Youth Championship. Incredible effort there from Aika Tajima. This guy next up then for Youth A has looked really strong throughout this competition. Keiichiro Koranaga of Japan. He's over on the left-hand route here, the yellow route. And Hugo has flown up that first section of the wall for France over on the right-hand side there. He's moving pretty fast here, Sean. You think that's going to be something that he's going to be paying for a little bit later on, or do you think it's a good pace?
I think he's moving at a good pace. In his semifinals, he was on the last move when he fell. I know Kai was the only one to top the routes, but no, I think he does this because that's how he climbs. He'll climb quickly. Maybe he'll have to slow down to the volumes, but struggling a bit here. He just has to get up into the on that part. Okay, so he's okay. And the Japanese climber that just climbed on Youth B female is guaranteed a spot on the podium, which is nice.
Keiichiro Koranaga then, the one I was talking about a few moments ago, saying he's looked really strong all the way through this. He's 17 years old. He's been climbing for 7 years. Best results, he came third in the Youth B category in 2011 in Imst at the World Youth Championships. So previous podium for him there. He's a keen photographer and he comes from the climbing gym Pump 1 back home in Japan. Been climbing since 2006. Koranaga Keiichiro Koranaga. For Japan, a lot slower to begin here than we saw the first, and what the athlete who was holding the high point on Youth A for quite a while there, Shinichiro Nomura. It's currently now sitting with Naoki Shimatani for Japan. Fortunately, a short fall for Sean Bailey there. Keiichiro Koranaga here, 7th to come out, and after him, just Hannes Pumann left to climb. Okay, this sequence through the roof section now then, Sean, for Hugo. What's happening here?
He looks really good. He climbed really fast with two volumes. He's clipped here, His left arm looks a bit pumped. He's going to have to go pretty quickly here, but the next clip is the one that they skip, so it's going to be really exciting for the next couple of moves.
Oh, and with one hand hanging there, he decides to turn around and give a thumbs up to the crowd. He can't quite reach the next draw. There we are, it's clipped in. Talk about confidence at this stage of the comp. Let's see whether he can get on from here, whether that will have cost him anything at all. Trying to use a heel hook. And it looks like he was trying to rest for a moment there. He's going back down to a previous hold before striking up, using it as a foothold. Heel hook here now as well. Now he can rest that other arm if he wanted to. No, he's going to carry on moving. Now these next two moves are what we saw destroy Bernard Rock at this stage of the comp. He looked very strong up until that point, and then all of a sudden, in come the shakes. Very, very pumped. And that was it. Now this athlete here, Keishiro Koranaga, saluting the audience halfway up the wall. Talk about confidence. Let's see how he deals with the next few moves. It is Margot now up for the Youth B category though. Margot Hayes from the US of A. Keiichiro looking good here. How's he going to be getting on from here though? These next three moves are the split point for the male athletes on the Youth A category. With the right first. Using a heel here. Up with the left. Okay, but now where do we go from here? This is the next one for Keiichiro. And again, just so far away from being able to get a hand onto that next hold. It's going to be interesting to see how any of our athletes manage to get to that point there. And now it is time for any of you joining us from the USA to all turn your attention to the screens. Not only because we have Margot Hayes on the wall. Can she hold this though? Little bit shaky here. Heel hook, good, good, good. Keep that heel in. Maybe shake an arm. No, couldn't quite hold it. Down she comes, unfortunately. Margot Hayes not quite up towards the next three sections, where there was a very nice rest that we saw Aika taking advantage of a moment ago. But the other reason to turn your attention, if you are from the US, onto the screens now is Kai Leitner of the USA. Starting off on the male Youth B category, this dude has been unstoppable throughout this competition. He's been looking really, really good. And let's just hope now that he can keep the mindset and the mentality that he's shown us earlier on, that mature mentality that he has. It's quite impressive just to talk to this young athlete about how serious he is about this sport. Let's see if he can keep his cool now moving through into the finals. A lot of support from the US guys and hopefully no pressure. He's very emotional after getting down in the semi-finals after the climb. Let's just hope that it'll take until he comes down after this for him to register any emotion at all. He needs to be calm and collected now. Climbing through here. Hannes Puman is now out for Sweden as well. This is the guy that could be challenging the podium positions at the moment. We're currently having the high points rest with our Japanese athletes. It's Keishiro Koranaga and Naoki Shimatani at the moment. I think Shinshiro Nomura is currently in third place, which means an all-Japanese podium at the moment. Can our Swedish athlete challenge that? Moving over onto female Youth B as well, it is Janja who has a very high chance of doing particularly well here. We wish her all the best for Slovenia as she starts off here on her last climb of the World Youth Championships 2013. She's put in some fantastic performances earlier on. She's been leading the pack all the way through. A very, very powerful young athlete, Janja Gambret from Slovenia, starting off here. Kai now moving up on male Youth B. So Hannes, Janja and Kai are three athletes out at the moment. Janja Gambret, 14 years old.
been climbing for 7 years, and the reason she got involved is because she saw a lot of climbers who climbed particularly well, so she decided to try it, and that she liked it there as well. Her local centre is in Vigny. First place at the European Youth Championships in Grindelwald this year. First place at the European Youth Championships in Imst 2013. I believe that'll be a Youth Cup actually in Imst. This is her first World Junior competition, and her biggest influence is, unsurprisingly, Mina Markovic in the lead team over there. Sean is back. You've been off running around a bit, Sean, but now you're back. Talk to us about Kai at this section. How's he looking?
I mean, up till now, he looks really good. He climbed this at the beginning just like he's walking up the route. I don't know if he got bogged down around the blue volumes, but no, he looks really good. He's composed. The next few moves will really tell how pumped he's going to be at the top. And I didn't actually see where the last climber got, but I know it's going to be interesting, right? But it looks like he's just going to dominate this category. I mean, he's going to clip, and I think he's going to walk up the next 2-3 moves and, whoa, slip. Gets his foot. Oh no! Oh, he's going to be so disappointed. I think that puts him in 3rd or 4th place, but I think the win goes to the Italian.
Well, at the moment, Anna is saying we're thinking it's second at the moment, that we're thinking it's second place. That's Anna, Sean's mum. So the McCalls are arguing. We're over with Janja now. Kai has been such a fantastic competitor all the way through this one. I really hope he's got a medal out of this one. Just as it was a slip there at the moment with the foot, and he held it for quite a while, but then he just couldn't quite get that foot back on with the left. He was going for it, but his hands started to give out then at that point. He had hardly anything to cling to as well of that hold with his hands. Really tricky situation for him, so I'm not entirely sure where he's standing at the moment. I will find out in a second. The McCalls are just still having an argument, but when they're finished and they've sorted it out between themselves, I'm going to ask Sean to have a little look at Hannes Puman for us now. Hannes starting to move up towards challenging the Japanese podium here at present. He's got a clip. He needs to clip that clip. And he falls. A surprise there for Hannes Puman. So yeah, we're thinking it's looking like it's going to be all 3 Japanese athletes on the podium here in the male youth A category. So unfortunately, Hannes Puman, who's led the way all the way through, just got himself into an interesting position there. And Janja as well down here. So it's looking like it's going to be Aika Tajima, and possibly even Miwa Oba as well. That are our 2, again, Japanese athletes that are holding high points on the wall. I think it's Aika Tajima with the highest. And that completes it. I'm going to go and get double checked on the results as they're standing at the moment. They'll be made official very short time from now. I'm going to go and find out for us, and we're going to be getting ready momentarily to start things off with our next 3 categories here in the final. So for Youth B at the moment, it is looking like our Italian athlete is secure in the gold medal position. Stefano Carnati of Italy. There is a little bit of conjecture going on, and we're waiting to find out what's going to happen. But at the moment, Kai Leitner sitting in 3rd place. He's podiumed no matter what. But he's in tied place with another athlete who's in 2nd at the moment, 41 plus, and he has 41. So we're waiting to see what's going to happen here. We're waiting to see if
if our second place position, our silver medalist at the moment with the 41 plus, could be challenged by Kai Leitner, because if Kai gets the plus, he will move up into second place due to countback. So we're just waiting to find out what's happening there. It's looking like it's going to stay around the same. Yeah, at present it's looking like Sasha Lehmann is going to be securing and secure in the silver medal position. A great shame for Kai Leitner. It was just a slip, but I'm sure he's a little bit emotional at the moment. It's still a bronze medal, and there is nothing to be sniffed at about that at all. An incredible performance throughout for Kai Leitner all the way through that competition there. What a shame about that slip at the end, but still an incredible performance by our Italian athlete as well through that, securing the gold medal there, and also the silver medal currently going to Sasha for Switzerland, who has been racing all the way through. We wait and see what happens there in a moment's time, just kicking Sean casually there. So we're just waiting as well for the Youth B categories and the Youth A categories to be confirmed. When they are confirmed, I'll get them to you as soon as I possibly can. But keep checking on the website, keep checking on the app as well, and they should be coming in very, very shortly. Before we bring out our next set of athletes, they're just getting ready to be led out in a few moments' time. We'll move on to the Youth A female category and then the juniors categories as well in a couple of moments' time. So not too long now, and we'll have a little look at who we're going to be dealing with in a moment. Okay, provisional results as they are standing at the moment. This is what we have. We have an all-Japanese podium over on the male youth A category. In the female B category, we have Miwa Oba in there for the medals, as well as Gerhardt for Germany, and also Aika, who is looking to be taking the gold medal in that draw. At the moment, it's still Sasha in second, it's still Kai in third, and it's still Stefano taking the gold medal in B boys category there. But for now, let's have a look at the start lists for the next set of athletes. We're going to bring them up on the screen for you now, starting with the female youth A category. Let's have a look now at the female youth A category then. So, female youth A, we're going to be seeing Mona Kellner, Molly Thompson-Smith, Julia Shanody, Dana Glimkanova, Hannah Beer, Andrea Kumin, Anak Verhoeven, and Jessica Pills. Pills, definitely one to watch out for. Verhoeven as well. Shanody, another one to keep your eye on. And also Hannah Beer. Hannah Beer in there as well. Keep your eyes peeled for those ones. Moving on then to the female junior category. The female juniors lead category. Here we have Delaney Miller of the USA, Kim Sola of Korea, Tina Johnson Hafsas of Norway, Aya Inoue of Japan, Sa Sol of Korea, Manon Healy of France, Katharina Posch, Magdalena Roek. Those bottom two, they're going to be leading the pack, and we're going to see it later on. Sa Sol could do well here as well, as could Aya Inoue. Fingers crossed with Delaney Miller. Let's hope that she gives us a great performance as well, and good luck to her as we move through that one. And then finally, our last category, and the one that we're interested in to see how they move on to this wall, the yellow route that we've seen a lot of the men struggling to get halfway on. Here they are: Christoph Hanke of Germany, Maël Bonzon of France, Domen Skovic of Slovenia, Raishat Kaibulin of Kazakhstan, Kim Han-wul of Korea, Thomas Johannes of France, and Sebastian Helenki up against Dmitry Fakirainov of Russia. It's going to be between Dmitry, Sebastian, and Domen in this category. Those are the three that should be the ones contending with each other for the medals, but you never know. Christoph Hanke in there as well, and the French athletes that are in there, never rule them out either. Also the Korean and even our athlete from Kazakhstan. So everything's still up for grabs, but the three that we know and have seen before putting in very strong performances are Domen Skovic, Sebastian Helenki, and Dmitry Fakirainov. We wait and see. In a few moments' time, we'll be leading our first athletes up onto the front of the stage. They are Christoph Hanke, Delaney Miller, and also Mona Kellner will be our first set. Right, okay, so the provisional results we have changed for the male youth B category, and it's looking like Kai Leitner is out of the medals with a 41. If he'd managed to move towards the next move, that 41 plus would have shot him up into second place, but now at current place, he's in fourth, and the podium is looking like Stefano Carnati of Italy in gold place, gold medal position, 42 his score. Hugo Parmentier of France in 41 plus in second place, and Sascha Lehmann of Switzerland with a 41 plus as well. So due to countback, that has split those two athletes, and it's Hugo that replaces Kai on the podium here, going up into second place, knocking Sascha down into third. Those are our provisional results at the moment. Stefano, Hugo, and Sascha on there. Kai Leitner, unfortunately, missing out on a place on the podium. What a shock. Well, it's looking like we're going to be moving straight through. Our athletes are starting to move up towards the wall now. It's looking like we're going to be moving straight through. Here are our athletes getting ready to start already. We have Christoph Hanke of Germany about to start on male juniors. Another athlete for Germany over on female youth A lead is Mona Kellner. Mona Kellner on female youth A. And over on the female juniors route, we have Delaney Miller about to start on female junior. We're going to move straight on by the look of things. Okay, Mona Kellner, 16 years old from Germany. She's been climbing for 10 years, and she started with a children's group at the age of 10. Her local centre and home gym is Munich. We're going to be there very, very shortly for the World Cup, IFSC World Cup in bouldering, the last stage of the bouldering circuit. Sean, are you coming over to Munich for the last stage of the bouldering circuit?
I sure am. After this, I get 2 days back in Vancouver, see some of my friends, hopefully go climbing, maybe do some training, and then, yep, straight to Germany and World Cup in Munich.
You had your first gold this year as well in Log Dragonmare in the bouldering discipline. What was that like, just looking back to, I think it was Log Dragonmare for you?
That was like a personal life victory, you could say. I've wanted to win a bouldering World Cup for, I guess, a few years now. Before that, I was second, I think, 3 times. I was third another 4 times, so I always knew it was close, but until you have that first victory, I don't know, it kind of stresses you out. You know you can do it, but then what if you don't do it? And I was really happy.
And the other interesting thing to bear in mind is that in Munich last year, you were 1 attempt of a bonus away from that gold medal. You were denied it by, I think it was Dimitri or Rustam that took the gold.
Yeah, it was Dimitri. It was one try to bonus. I mean, such is life, and that was it rattled me a bit, but you know, I was still second, so I was still super happy with my results. And Dimitri climbed, you know, just 1 attempt better than me, and you gotta give him props for that.
So yeah, attempts on a bonus for that one. But I was going to say that should be a good thing. It's looking like Munich is a good venue for you to compete at. It's looking like you got a good push there. We look forward to seeing you on that one. Now let's just go back over onto the athletes that are starting off here. Christoph's still on the ground, but Mona Kellner is starting off here, and Delaney Miller as well over on the male youth B route, which now becomes the final for the female juniors. Now, Sean, do you think the difference, do you think the female juniors are going to be able to deal with this in a different way? It's a different style, female climbing to male. So what do you think they're going to be looking at this differently?
I think the biggest difference is going to be right now, actually, doing this traverse. I mean, the girls are a little bit less powerful. Maybe they're going to struggle through this traverse a little bit more, but I think they'll be able to recover when they're stemmed in the corner, maybe off that undercling at the top, and then I think it's just going to be a battle at the top, just like in the youth B category.
Over for the boys that are now coming out on the male juniors. Christoph, very, very quick to start in here. He's looking like he's a bit psyched for this one over on the male juniors. And we also have Mona Kellner that's starting off on, well, I say starting off, she's approaching what was some of the high points for the younger category that were climbing on this point a little bit earlier. And unfortunately, a fall there as well. So there you are. You can still see that moving from Youth B to Youth A, these girls are still struggling with this point here. Christoph Hanke lives in Olching. He came 6th at the Male Juniors European Youth Cup in Kran, 5th at the Male Juniors World Youth Championship in Singapore last year. And he's been trying his hand, quite literally, at the Senior World Cups over the past few months. And here he is now in the final of the World Youth Championships. Mona Kellner now finishing up and going back down. How's Delaney looking, Sean?
Climbed slowly through the last 3 moves, but she got up to the sloper, so I think that the hard part, you know, in quotes, is over for her, I think, for the next few clips. But it depends if she, after leaving that second blue volume, if she tries to go up with the left, like we saw a couple of Japanese climbers do, or if she does it really statically, realize it's the wrong way, and then match hands and go back towards the right. So we'll see in a bit.
And the other thing I wanted to ask you is, what do you think the main problem is around the volume section over on the what is now female Youth A final? Everyone coming down around here. We haven't seen any athletes move past that. We saw Aika getting up towards the green volume at the top and not getting there. What is it on this one that's stopping them?
I want to guess, actually, that it's I'll say confidence, but not confidence in climbing. Just the fact that I don't think they know those volumes. Usually in Europe and at the World Championships, they know all the volumes, and I think, like, I don't even know some of those volumes. So I know that the really long purple one's pretty good, but then it's an undercling, like the big nose, the yellow feature way up there. I have no idea. I've never touched it, and I think it leads them into territory where they don't want to commit to moves, so they're hesitating a bit, and then that hesitation, and then I don't know, it's just making it harder for them. And I think if they knew the volumes, they'd get a lot higher.
So Christoph, at the moment as well, looking pretty confident here. He's also looking a little bit pumped now and a little bit wired at this point on the wall. He's not resting here either. He's constantly pushing through. Sean, can you see some difficulties ahead here?
He looks pumped, especially on his right arm. So we'll see. He climbed really well at the beginning, and then I guess lost it a bit in the white. But I think he looks pumped. He hasn't done the clip. As he goes for the move, his foot kind of pops off, and yep, there you go.
So yes, we have seen the difficulty there with Crystal Hankey. He's now down on the ground again, but we welcome out Molly Thompson-Smith of GBR onto the final female Youth A Great Britain athlete. Delaney here. Sean, what are you thinking?
I was gonna say I thought she was gonna fall, but then I was really hoping she wasn't gonna fall, and then she fell. She looks just a little bit uncomfortable in that corner. The right foot obviously on the foothold, and her left foot smeared. I think it would have been a little bit more comfortable if she got the smear a little bit further to the left. But then again, I'm not climbing, so it might have been really hard to do it. And then it's a really big move, especially for smaller girls like her. And the next one, it's not a jug, it's a little sloper with a little thumb catch, and you have the draw that you need to clip. That's kind of playing with your mind a bit. Do you clip it early and risk falling right after you clip the draw, or you just clip it late and risk having to clip a draw that's really low on the route?
So it's a mental decision between the two of them on there as to which one they're going to do first. If you were up there on the wall from where you're looking at the moment on the bottom of the floor, what would you do first?
Personally, I always try to skip draws and clip them later. I mean, it's hosed me a couple of times, and I hope that I make the good decision, but that move, I don't know, it's just in your mind. You see the draw, you know you have to clip it, so I don't know. I don't know if some of the other climbers think that as well. That's what I just see, and I think maybe they were looking at the draw, and the move was hard, and their feet aren't set up in the perfect situation, so.
Looking at Molly Thompson-Smith here, the 15-year-old athlete from Great Britain. 7 years she's been climbing and got involved with at a birthday party at her local gym. She came second at Cran at the European Youth Cup in 2012, 7th at the World Youth Championship in Singapore 2012, and I believe she made finals in, yes she did, in Imst in 2011 as well. So she has made finals for the last 3 years at the World Youth Championships, including this one. Never, though, had the gold medal. Is this year going to be her year? Her favourite place to climb is in Imst at the outdoor wall. We were there very, very recently for the World Cup. It looks like she was taking a pause there for a moment. She's just got to give herself the opportunity to rest here at this point. And like Sean said, it's the confidence of moving over volumes that you're not too familiar with as well at this stage. Any moment of hesitation here could be costing you your climb. This is where Akia was earlier, now with the hand up onto the nose, just slipping at that point there, and you can see the frustration in her face as she gets down, trying to compose herself at the bottom here. Just a slip, didn't quite get enough of the arm round there, onto the nose, and she comes down. It is a new high point, I believe, on the female Youth A route, though. For France now, our next athlete on the male juniors category. We have Maël Bonzom. Sean, do you know this young gentleman? I know that you're very familiar with the French team. Do you know this young gentleman, Maël?
I've definitely seen him at the French comps, but I actually don't know him personally. There's actually a lot of the French team that I don't know personally. I know some of them, but this is one I haven't talked to a lot, but definitely a strong climber here in finals, and he climbed the start really well, so I think he'll do good.
Over for Korea now. Our next athlete out onto the female juniors category as well is Kim Sola, born in 1995. If you want to get in touch with us, we're here at the World Youth Championships 2013 in Canada. You can do that by getting onto Twitter using the hashtag WYCH2013. WYCH2013. Moving out in the female Youth A category, Julia Chanaudy now of France. Okay, Mail in this tricky position now, matching on that hold. Mail just unfortunately coming down on that cheese wedge there.
Whilst
Julia Shanady starts climbing at this point now on the Youth A route. Very early fall there from Kim Sola. She's going to be very upset about that one. You can see already the emotion coming back to her as she's coming down. While that's happening, I'm going to have a chat to Ian Dunn, who's with me now for the Great British team. And we just saw Molly up on the wall there. What do you think happened at that point, Ian?
The big sort of yellow hole is very slopey. It's sort of quite hard to grab hold of. I know the previous group, I wasn't watching that because I was in isolation with Molly. But the other guys from the team have said that a lot of people were slipping off that hold. So it'd be interesting to see how Julia Shannaby gets on this move if she gets to that height.
We've seen a lot of athletes in the previous stage struggling with the bouldery section in the middle there. The very tough volumes to get up onto. There are a couple of rest points, and I thought Molly used one very particularly well around the purple volume here, a little bit lower down. She took the time there to take the rest, and it's what's got her up onto that high point now. I believe she's currently leading the pack, is she not?
Yes, she's in first place at the moment. We've still got, she was climbing second and is 8 in the final. So at the moment she's like, we just got to sit there and wait and watch whatever happens to the athletes. It's always very nerve-wracking when you have that to wait and see where other people do.
Also in Youth B as well, we saw Aika only get a plus, I think, on that one. So we've not really seen anyone move into the proper roof section on that one yet. It's going to be interesting to see. Ian, thank you for your time. I'm going to have to run back with Sean, but it's great to speak to you.
No problem at all. Great to speak to you. Cheers.
Thank you, Ian. Okay, we're here with Julia Shanady. She's a couple of moves away from where Molly Thompson-Smith came down a moment ago. Sean, how's she looking at the moment?
She's looking really good. She rested a few times on the green feature down low, and this is the cruxy move here. She reached out to grab the blue hold, what I thought might have been the sequence, and this is the really hard move. Let's see if she gets it. I think she's going to commit to it. Maybe she goes again. Maybe that's the way to do it. See?
She used the other hand there. We've seen some of them going up with the left, was it?
Yeah, I think the rest of them went up their left, and she did what I would call a triple bump, which is pretty cool. And I think that is the right way. She's got that. She's bear hugging it, and she's gonna recover a bit. But she's got the high point, so she'll go at least a few moves further, I think.
So this is the new high point now for Julia Shanady of France, ahead of Molly Thompson-Smith. Molly now dropping down into second place. We have our athlete from Norway now over on the female juniors category. It's Tina Johnson Hafsas for Norway. Julia Shanady really putting on a show for us now here. Right, this is a new part of the wall for us. Talk us through this bit, Sean.
Well, like you said, it's a new part. I have no idea. I know the left-hand hold, it's got one part to hold on. She's climbing really well. She looks like she's good. She's going to clip. I don't know. I don't know how good the holds are. It looks like she's just dominating, so she's in her rhythm, which is really good, and I think she's climbing to her best ability right now.
It's looking like the first 3 or 4 are quite good. They've got like a little bit of a jug on them, enough for you to pull onto. And then he sort of peters out, and the flat point at the top, those last 4 moves look insane.
Yeah, she just tried to clip there with her left hand, dropped it, did a move. Now she's going to clip, and she's in the last 5 moves of the route. Maybe we'll see our first top. One, got to cross or go again. Oh. That's an amazing effort from her, and she looks really happy with her performance.
3 moves away, well 2 I believe from the top. She was reaching for the 3rd.
An incredible performance there from Julia Shanady of France. She now moves into the lead position, a pretty secure position at the moment as well. We'll wait to see who else can come close to that in
in the A category for the female grouping. We've got quite a few still to come. Jessica Pills could challenge that. Anak Verhoeven could. Possibly Hannah Bear as well, still yet to come. And Dana Klimkanova and Andrea Kumin still yet to climb. Also in that category, Tina Johnson Hafsafs, 19-year-old athlete from Norway, been climbing for 6 years, and her local centre and home gym is in Oslo. Her biggest influences are a coach and her mother, and her main interests are climbing outdoors in general. She came 7th at Singapore last year. She came 3rd at IMSH in 2011 and 19th at Edinburgh in 2010. Her favourite place to climb is Innsbruck. She also came 1st at the European Youth Cup 3 times overall. 3rd at the World Youth Championships, obviously, in 2011. These are her best results. 14th at the World Cup in 2013, and also 3rd at the European Youth Championship 2013 as well. An unfortunate early fall there, though, for Tina. We're over with Domen. Domen is looking pretty good here. How's he going to do the next one? And no, who is going to be able to move onto that next hold? No one has done it so far. It just looks insane. What is there a method? What's happening here, Sean?
He looked great up until there. He looked like he hesitated just for a second to come into the brick hold, but he did that move exactly like I would have done it. He had same foot, same hand, and he hit the hold slightly off. It sucks. I mean, it's obviously a lower percentage move, but he didn't hit it perfectly, and he looked really good. I can see it. He's disappointed. He could have done the move. It's still a high point, but I fear it won't be the high point in about an hour.
We still have quite a few still yet to come for the men's junior category. Skofic just 3rd out. We still have Thomas Johannes, Sebastian Helenki and Dmitry Fakirainov yet to come. Fakirainov is the one that could surprise us here. He's the wild card. He can be hit and miss sometimes, but he was incredible at the European Championships recently over in Chamonix. Our next athlete out for the female youth A category then will be Dana Glimkanova for Russia. If you have any questions for us, get them into us on Twitter using the hashtag WYCH2013. Do our best to answer them for you. We're about to see Aya Noe come out as well now for the female junior category. She's been climbing for 8 years. She's 17 years old. And she started, according to her, she started from a TV show. Now, I'm not sure whether that's because she's seen any of the IFSC broadcasts before, or whether it was a TV show that was specifically climbing. I'll have to try and ask her about that one at some point in the future. She started climbing from a TV show. The biggest influence was the World Youth Championships in Valence in 2009 for her, where she came 5th. She came 17th in Singapore 2012. Thing to bear in mind, though, is that she came 6th at the Bouldering World Cup in Innsbruck this year. That's the senior level. She came through into the finals in Innsbruck in the bouldering there. Unfortunately, didn't have too good a run in the finals there, and I remember seeing her at the end of it. She was very emotional after finishing there. Now, I wasn't sure at the time whether that was because she was overwhelmed to make the finals or whether she was disappointed in her performance. I believe she was just overwhelmed to have made the finals, as she should be. She's 17 years old. She's making bouldering senior World Cup finals. Aya Anoe now over on the female junior final. Over for Kazakhstan, we have Raishat about to start on the male juniors, making his way up the wall there. These are our next 3 athletes. While we are watching these athletes as they're making their way up the wall, I'm going to just scoot along a little bit at the moment. And I'm going to try and get Domen's attention because he's sitting down here as being the new high point. So Domin, you're up here because you're the current leader of this category on this one. Talk me through that climb, the last one you just did, that move up to that next really, really tough move. How was it?
Yeah, I don't know. I like missed the hold again, like in semifinals. I don't know. I wasn't confident enough. I don't know. I think it could be a lot better for sure. I wasn't that pumped, but I don't know. Maybe I got scared on the move, or I don't know. It's just not my day.
So you're just not exactly sure what happened at that point on the wall. It was just a bit of a fluff, and you came down. Now, the interesting thing to remember, though, is that no one has made that move so far in this competition. In the previous category or this one, no one has managed to make that move at that stage. There is a high chance that nobody might make that move at all. And at the moment, you're sitting in first. Is it a little bit nerve-wracking, the place that you're at the moment?
No, I think I didn't do really well, so I think a lot of guys will go on. Maybe 2 more will fall and others will go on. So yeah, as I said, it's not my day. So yeah.
You're expecting to see other people pass you at this point?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to let you go and sit back down over there. I'm going to try and get you keeping in the right mindset. There we are, another early fall for Reichardt there. You see what I mean? This is a really tough one. Were you pumped by that point?
Not yet. So yeah, that is what I mean. I was not pumped, so I think the guys will go on, for sure.
Thank you. I'm going to let you go and sit back over there. And I'm going to try and pull across Julia Shanodi as we're now watching Dana just fall as she goes up with the left hand. We've seen Julia go up with the right hand, and that's what allowed her to move into a very, very impressive next set of sequencing all the way through the roof to about 2 moves from the top. I'm going to try and pull her over now for a second. Julia, that entire climb was incredible. You were 2 moves away from the top. You must be feeling pretty good right now.
It was a route like I love because not very technical, so it's perfect. And I'm very happy, yes.
So you're not a technical climber? You wouldn't call yourself a technical climber at all? You don't like technical?
I like, but I prefer physical climbing.
So you like the dynamic, the strength sort of stuff, the more power-based climbs. This middle section here as well, you're one of the only athletes that we've seen today strike up with the right hand onto the yellow nose there. Did it just naturally come to you to do that, or did you for a moment think left and then go no, right?
I would like to go with left hand, but I don't know. I think it was good.
Felt right to go with the right at that point? You were originally going to go left?
Yeah, no. The right hand, the blue right hand was not very good, so I prefer go.
So you spotted that the blue wasn't too good, so you've gone straight up with the right instead onto that point. From then on, you've got some quite nice holds at the first section of that roof, but then it gets really tricky as you're getting up to the top there. What was it that caught you at the top? What brought you down? What made you fall at the top?
Because I was very, very bumpy.
And you were only a couple of moves away from the top there. You are still currently leading the pack. You're in first place. Have you enjoyed the World Youth Champs up to now?
Yes.
I'm going to let you go and sit down over there again. I wish you all the best. Hope for gold, yeah?
Thank you.
Julia Shanodi now gets to go sit back over there. I'm going to let her go back and have a sit down. And I'm going to try and bring out our current leader as well in the female junior category. I'm going to bring Delaney over for me and have a chat to her as well. So these are our leaders at the moment. As Hannah Bear gets out onto the wall, Kim Jin Wool, I believe, is just starting off on male junior category. I'll go over and have a chat with them in a moment. For now, I'm with Delaney Miller, who's finished your climb here at the female juniors. How did you find it?
It was pretty difficult. I did not feel too well on it.
What was it about it? Is it the sequencing towards this sort of boulder-based middle point here? What was it that caught you on this one?
It was a little awkward, and I think personally my head game was a little off.
You think that your mind wasn't in it?
No. I don't know, I think I have a hard time with competitions, and so I needed to be a little bit more confident in myself.
you've got a hell of a lot of support here from the crowd behind you. I mean, these guys have just been supportive non-stop all the way through. It is an interesting thing that we see even with seniors as well, that senior athletes struggle to get into the mindset sometimes when they're on the wall. What do you think it is? What do you think it is that can sometimes draw your attention away? Is it the crowd? Is it the will to do well? What is it?
I think it's more of like all the athletes just want to, they want to be able to send the route, and it's a lot of pressure.
So it's a pressure thing. You're currently holding the high point on this route. You're currently sitting over there with the leaders. I wish you all the best for it as well. Have you enjoyed the World Youth Champs in general?
Oh, definitely. It's been incredible. This has been an amazing comp.
And what's the plan for the future for you from now on?
Train harder and just have a little bit more fun with it.
Thank you, Delaney. Quick shout out to anyone back at home?
My parents are here, and then I guess my coach, Kim Puccio and Matt Dindy.
Delaney, thank you for talking to us. I'm going to let you go and sit back down over there. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Delaney. Right, now I'm going to run back across and we're going to have a brief chat with Sean McCall to give us a little bit of a catch-up as to what he's seeing at the moment and what he thinks is going on at this stage.
I don't know if you talked about it, but the climber from Kazakhstan unfortunately skipped the draw, clipped it. I think he thought that it was totally good if he clipped the second one, then clipped it. Then he actually slipped right after it. Don't know if that's good or bad. He would have gotten the same score anyways, and then they told him. Then we had a Russian girl on the middle climb get to the same place as Molly from Great Britain. And on the right, we had someone get up to the same hold as Delaney, but I don't think she got a plus. So I believe she's in second place, but the provisional results haven't come through yet.
Okay, so here we have Hannah Bear, and she's moving into the really tricky section now. She's 17, she's from Germany. Personal friend of her father, and I know that he'll be watching right now, cheering, I believe, from back home. So she's been climbing for 5.5 years, and she started via her parents. Her home gym is actually in Innsbruck, despite competing for Germany. She trains at Tivoli, the centre there. She's gone up with the left here, though. Is it enough? She's looking pretty good at the moment. Got to sort out her feet here now. She's got to get that clip in as well. Let's hope she can hold on to this one. 8th at Singapore at the World Youth Championships. 18th at the World Cup in Cran, 2012. 2nd at the European Youth Cup in Linz in 2012. 3rd at the European Youth Cup in Imst in 2012. And here she is now. She came 6th in Edinburgh 2010 as well. Is this the year we see Hannah Bear on the podium? It is Kim Han-wool as well for Korea. Oh, and Hannah just falls there, moving into the roof section. But that's still going to currently put her into the silver medal place position at the moment in time. I wonder whether she knows it or not. It was a fantastic effort there from Hannah. She just fell a little bit too short. Yet again, over on male juniors final, we're seeing all of our athletes come down at around that point just after the volumes. Kim Han-wool coming down there as well. We're over, though, with number 23 at the moment, which I think is Sasol. Yes, it's Sasol for Korea. Moving on the female junior final at the moment. So our leaders still sitting at the moment, Domen Skovic, Julia Shanody, and Delaney Miller, waiting to see what happens. Sasol still roughly 8 moves away from approaching where Delaney hit earlier today. Interesting. Sean, do we think we're going to see anyone get to the top on, or even past that one move on the male juniors final?
I place my bet. I think we see one person get past it, maybe 2. So I still think Domen will be on the podium, but I don't know.
Are you being the good sportsman and staying out of all judges? You don't want to be biased? Is that what it is?
No, I really don't know.
You think it's anyone's game?
Well, I watched the whole Youth A category do it. None of them got past that move. All 3 Japanese fell within 1 move of each other. Domen is a strong climber. I know he's climbing well this season, and he fell on that move, so the move's super hard. Maybe Sebastian, he's a little bit bigger, he's definitely a bouldery type of climber, and maybe he hits the hold right, even half right, sticks the move, and then he's in the lead.
Well, Sebastian won last year, if you remember, down on the beach in Singapore. He's still to come a little bit later, but before we move on to him, we move on to our next male athlete in this category, Thomas Johannes of France. About to climb here now for us. A great effort earlier from Hannah Bear. But here we are, a new high point from Sassol over on the final for the female juniors. I told you to watch out for her, and here she is moving past the point Delaney Miller was reaching earlier. Domen and Julia having to still sit where they are at the moment. They're all just gathered at the top of the top of the stairs here to watch as we move through. Our next athlete out for Switzerland as well. Sassol coming down. She'll be moving into the new high point due to that one. What happened at that point, Sean? I just cast my eyes on the wrong side of the wall. What happened with Sassol?
Well, coming back to the clip, she did the move that Delaney fell on, readjusted her left hand, and then had to come down a move just to clip the draw. I mean, the draw is super awkward, so you know it's all part of it. Then she got the clip, got that hole with the right hand, and then as he was moving up, just like Mr. Push in the Youth B category, fell off, reaching towards the undercling.
But she now moves into the first place position. She'll go and sit with the other athletes. For Switzerland now, coming out over on the female Youth A final, we have Andrea Kumin. Andrea Kumin for Switzerland. The high point still on this one with Julia Shanady, and there's a high chance that we could see a gold medal here for Julia Shanady. There are other athletes that could challenge her in the mix here. We've still got Anneke Verhoeven, and Jessica Pills is looking so strong at the moment. Remember, she was over in Imps just recently at the World Cup. She made the final in the seniors category. She's still climbing Youth A. She's making finals at the World Cups in seniors. Jessica Pills. She's also been a European champion and a world champion beforehand, Jessica Pills. And she's one of the ones, I think this is a trick with climbers. These are the ones that I often see doing really well at competitions, are the ones that sleep in between the semis and the finals. I walked past Jessica Pills earlier, just passed out on the floor in the gym but behind the wall here, getting a bit of 40 winks before she came out to climb. And I know that Shauna Coxey likes to do that before she comes out as well. And there's a couple of other male athletes and the lead climbers that sleep between semis and finals. Sean, for yourself, are you a sleeper? Do you sleep between semis and finals? Or what do you do in between semis and finals?
Well, that's a good question. If I have a long enough time, yeah, I will sleep. And what's funny is actually I'll go and drink a coffee with caffeine and still sleep. So I don't know, the warmth or something, I don't know. I love coffee. If I have enough time in between and I'm tired, I go to sleep. I'm not afraid of it. I don't know.
I was just saying, because we see a lot of athletes, I know a lot of athletes that like to sleep in between of it. Shauna Coxey in the bouldering always tries to get a sleep in. And I saw Jessica Pills, who's going to be out in a moment on Youth A, just passed out on the floor of the gym behind here earlier between semis and finals. And I'm wondering whether it's like an in-trade secret between you guys, that if you get a bit of a rest in between, you come out feeling refreshed afterwards.
We're not supposed to talk about that, right?
Oh, God, no, it's out. We're unfortunately losing our Swiss athlete there at that point, Andrea Kumin. A lot of support here for Thomas Johannes of France. Got up with the right here. Tricky position to be in, moving the feet across. Now he's matching and switching over. Over with the right here again. Can he get this next move? No. Falling yet again. Now I think that's going to put him in a second place position, but it's still Domen at the moment holding the high point. And Domen really does not believe that he's going to be standing on top of the podium at the moment. I was talking to him a few moments ago and he doesn't think he's going to do it. He thinks someone's going to come out and get further than that. Sean saying he's expecting a couple of them to get a little bit, or at least make that move that's been destroying the competition so far. Currently for France over on the female junior route, we have Maon Healy now out. She's 19 years old, she's from France. She's been climbing for only 7 years, so she started when she was 12, which I think is actually quite late as climbers go. We've seen some guys here that have started at 5, 6 years old. A lot of the seniors have started as young as 5 and 6.
best results for her. First place at the European Youth Cup in lead. Isn't listed which one, unfortunately, on that one. A local centre or home gym here for Mammon Hilly is Altissimo Gemper. I'm getting Sean to help me translate the French at the moment. Sean's confused as well. But yes, Altissimo I have here as a home local centre or home gym. Currently, the high points remain as they are. It's Sassol, Domen Skofic, Julia Shanodi, and next up out on our female youth a definite contender to start causing a bit of trouble here, and you can see her preparation beforehand, that moment to herself before she starts to climb. You have to respect that in an athlete that can come out and just really take a moment to collect their thoughts before beginning in utter silence, really calming themselves down. Earlier in the semi-final, she took a good 30 seconds when she came out just to stand there, collect her thoughts, and I believe offer a bit of a prayer there before beginning. Annette Verhoeven, 17 years old, from Belgium. She's been climbing since she was 4 years old with her parents. Local centre is Climax in Purs. She came first at the European Youth Cup 2011 and 2012, second at the World Youth Championships 2010 and 2012. So second, fourth and second are her previous World Youth Championship results. Biggest influence, Jesus and her parents. Anak Verhoeven now starting her climb. Now Anak could be a contender here. The other one that could be a contender at this stage is Jessica Pills. We were talking about a moment ago. She'll be out in a little while. Sebastian Halenki is out now on the male juniors. And Domen, this is the moment that Domen has to start being a little bit concerned as Sebastian comes out. A fall there for Mammon Hilly. It's looking like Sean's saying that they were falling at the exact same points, Sassol and Mammon Hilly. We're still waiting for a decision on that one, but Sean's saying if they give her the plus, she should be falling at the same point, and wait to see whether they are going to give her the point. It's looking like they are, which means that she'll move into the high point, and I think Sassol is now out. She doesn't have the high point anymore. Well, actually, Sassol is still waiting there. I think we're waiting for that decision to be made between the two of them as to which one is actually holding the high point now on that wall. If they're tied, of course, Mammon Hilly was higher to qualify, which means that due to countback, she will move ahead. For those of you that are new to the sport, the countback is basically their results in the semi-finals. The results in the semi-finals are at the countback. If they're tied in the semi-finals, we'll go back to the qualification rounds, and whichever athlete has done the best at the qualification rounds moves forward into the top position. If they're still tied at qualifications, at semi-finals and at finals, we go to time limit in the finals. Sebastian at this point then. Sean, how's Sebastian looking right now?
He's looking really good. The hardest part is going to be the next clip. He'll do the next move. Does he clip from the right hand, or does he do one more move and clip? Samir's going to do the clip, and he gets the clip. I think he's going to pass him. All he has to do is get to the same height as Domen. He wins in a count back. I personally think he's going to do the move, but we'll find out in a few seconds.
Noticing every athlete. There we go. Sebastian Halenki. Can he do the next, though? Oh, that's unbelievable. They're so controlled on the way up. That's obviously how it's done then. Sean, what are we looking at here?
He did that move perfectly. It was... He did it perfectly. What else can I say? And he looks great here. He doesn't look too pumped. Oh, this move's pretty hard, but no, he looks good. He's going to be able to clip, keep going, and I don't know. He might be able to hit the gold with this. He's silver or gold, one of the two, with the Russian climber last, and he's climbing wonderfully in finals.
Sebastian's still going at this one. Now, you said, Sean, you thought there might be a bit of a moment here where he could shake out a bit, but he's already just done that. Do you think he'll use this point or carry on?
No, it was right there that I thought maybe if he could reach the sidewall, he couldn't. He kept going, and he looks a little bit pumped now. He's gonna have to clip, and no, he's off. But you know, great. He's in first place. I think he's gonna win with it. 50-50 chance, but definitely silver or the gold for him.
Well, when we first started this competition, we had a bet going on between some of the organisers, between actually Domen and Dmitry Fakirainov. Do you know Dmitry? Have you seen Dmitry climb at all at the European Champs?
I saw him climb last year in Singapore when he won, and I also saw him climb at the World Games and in a few World Cups. When I was watching a few of the live streams, I know he was in first place going into the European Championship finals. So he's obviously a very good climber, and it'll be tough. I see him well on the podium here, and I don't know if he gets past Domen or falls on that same move or one move below.
We wait and see then. Dmitry Fakirainov yet to come. Katarina Posch there as well, and Anak Verhoeven moving here. Julia Shanady. Julia Shanady, now it's time, Julia, to start getting a little bit concerned. Anak Verhoeven about 3 to 4 moves below her at the moment. The crowd are really getting behind Anak here. She's got to keep control, don't rush at this point. She's looking good, not too shaky at all. She's got that next one. If she can make this move, I believe she's already possibly into the first place position. I think, was that exactly the same point, Sean, or one move ahead?
It was actually one move ahead, which puts Anak Verhoeven in first and Julia Shanady in second for the moment.
I wasn't entirely sure, but there it is. Julia Shanady just moving one move ahead at this current moment in time than Julia Shanady. So Anak Verhoeven gets to now go and sit down next to Julia and have a chat about that one as Julia Shanady moves down into second place position. So she's going to be going over there now. A fantastic effort there from Anak Verhoeven. We've got Dmitry Fakirainov about to start climbing here. Now, I would suggest that you guys keep peeled on this one. Keep your attention over to Dmitry Fakirainov. He's a contender. He's a dark horse in this competition. He can also be the one that can be quite hit and miss sometimes. But then, saying that, so can Sebastian. Sebastian has his bad days, and that was clearly a good day for him. And we have Katarina Posch up on the female juniors at the moment. Magdalena Roak still to come. And Katarina and Magdalena are the two to watch out for from Austria as we move through this competition. Anak with a big smile on her face at the moment. A cuddle over there from Julia Shanady. Dmitry just starting off here, and Katarina Posch looking good on the female juniors. Sean, talk us through Katarina's next few moves. We know that she's got the strapped up arm. She has a little bit of a strain on her right arm at the moment. Now, he said that we've noticed that later on at this point, the right arm is the one that gets the least pumped at this section. He said the left one was the one that most athletes are getting pumped on. So that could actually help her a little bit later on, but it's unfortunate for the strain. How's she looking?
She's looking great. She climbed the first, half now, almost 2/3, really well. These next few moves are going to be really key, whether she gets right now up into this corner. Looks like she did it really well. She's going to have to get the clip. Gets the clip right now. She looks really good. I think she's going to move into first place after she does the next move, and then we'll see how high she can get.
Of course, we've got Magdalena Roak yet to come as well, and then Magdalena's looking really, really strong at the moment. Even on the senior level, Magdalena is looking really, really strong at the moment.
Oh, it's going to be a great battle between them. Right now, she's in first place. She's looking really good. On her semifinals route, she looked really shaky and still managed to make finals. Here, she looks really good, and obviously, she's made finals in World Cups before, and she's a very strong climber, and here she's climbing really well, and it's really good to see.
So we're about to see, she's out already. Jessica Pills now coming out. This is the lady I was talking to you about earlier, saying that she's been asleep in the little break. A fall there for Katarina Posch, but that's the new high point at this point, right? So Katarina's in first?
Yeah, she's just in first. She looks a little bit disappointed, maybe, because she still knows she still has 10 moves from the finish. But I'm sure once someone tells her, or I can get her attention and kind of tell her, then she'll be really excited.
Go and get her attention, Sean. Go for it. I'm going to then run after Dmitry Fakirainov, still pushing up at this point. Not quite up to the volumes yet. He's climbing quite slow, keeping himself controlled on this one. Like Sean mentioned at the start, you don't usually look up. Sorry, you don't usually look up to the start of the route when you're coming out as an athlete, he was saying earlier. You're usually looking at the mid to the top, and you expect it to get harder as it moves up. But he's actually saying that there's a very difficult beginning on this one. So pacing yourself early on, making sure you don't get pumped too soon is the key on the final for the male juniors route. At the moment, Sebastian Halenki holding the high point here, and he only has to worry about this athlete. It's just Dimitri yet to go. So Sebastian, at the very least, is taking home a silver medal. Domen, I believe, is currently in second place, but based on how Dimitri Akiranov gets on here, we will see whether Dimitri changes the medals and the podium positions or not. We have Jessica Pills here moving up into this volume section in the middle now. Let's see how she gets on. This is an athlete that could very easily get to the top here. She's the one that will be challenging Anneke Verhoeven and Julia Shanodi, who are currently sitting down having a chat to each other about the climb that they've just been through here. Magdalena Roek is out now with her neck straps on. I was talking to her earlier today about the strapping on her neck. She's saying it's not a strain. And interestingly enough, if you look over to Jessica Pills as well, both of them have the identical set of strapping on their clavicle. Or down to their clavicle, rather. Jessica Pills a little bit risky there, coming away from the wall, but she's doing okay here. As I said, both athletes having top of their lats into their neck muscles strapped up. It's not due to any particular injury, it's just a method they have of keeping the neck warm and controlled at this point. Dimitri's looking strong here, but this next move is make or break for him. Yeah, he's just going to take a rest right there. That's what he's going to do. He's just going to take a rest just for a little bit. I told you someone would rest there, Sean, didn't I say?
I didn't think anyone would rest there. If he slips right now, he comes third, but looks like he's going to be, wrong. Okay, I hope he moves, I hope he tries the next move with his left foot on. But
is that what we saw from Sebastian?
Yeah, Sebastian did with his left foot. He hit the next hold really perfectly, and he went fully in control. He goes right foot, does the move, so it's a silver medal or a gold medal. We'll see. It's a battle between him and Sebastian now, and
this is what I mean. This guy's a dark horse, and he's also a wild card. Sometimes he can be really on form, incredible climber, can really pace himself. Sometimes he can rush just a little bit too much, and it costs it him. At the moment, he's climbing really, really well. He's pacing himself, he's resting, he's looking in control of this climb, and he's pushing up now to challenge Sebastian Halenki for the gold medal. They were in separate categories last year, if you remember. Sebastian is younger than Dimitri, so Dimitri was climbing in the juniors last year, and Sebastian was in Youth A, where Sebastian took gold and Dimitri took gold in juniors last year as well. So both of these guys are already gold medalists from Singapore. They're currently fighting out against each other for a gold medal this year in Canada. So talk about intense pressure. How's Magdalena looking, Sean?
She almost slipped on the last move. She recomposed herself, and now she's looking good again. Same with Jessica, without the slip.
So we are about 3, would you say, moves away from the gold medal position over here?
Yeah, I don't know if he'll go for the clip. Sebastian did not get the clip, but after he gets the next hold, I think if he gets a plus off this hold, he's going to win. So he matches feet. It's good enough for a gold medal. He doesn't know it, but there you go. Going to get the clip. He's gonna keep going, and but he's the gold medalist. Congratulations. And he's going to rest.
Yeah, because that's what you do at this point on the wall, clearly.
I mean, now it's just, it's really just for fun. I know he doesn't know that, but it'd be really good if we could see at least one top out of all the men. Well, he's resting in between the moves. I thought it was going to be really, really hard up here, and either it's still really, really hard, he's just a really, really good climber.
This guy was climbing on the same level as Ramone during the European Championships. He's doing incredibly well here at the moment. He's 2 moves away from the top. This is what I mean. When he's on form, he is so on form. He is so focused. He's pacing himself, and he's just stopping to just watch Jessica Pills. He just stopped to say hello to Jessica Pills at the top there. Absolutely incredible. A gold medal and then some for him at that point, and not a bad effort there for Jessica Pills either. Dmitry Fakiranov. Now, Dimitri's, this is what I'm saying, he's the kind of guy that he can be very hit and miss, but when he's on it, there it is. What an incredible performance. So well paced, so well controlled. All the way up the top there. We have Dmitry Fakiranov down on the ground now. I'm trying to figure out exactly what's happening with Jessica Pills. Sebastian going over to thank Dmitry and congratulate him as well at this point. This is what I mean about this sport. It's so all-inclusive. These guys are very, very supportive of each other, no matter the nation, the age range at all. They are very supportive of each other all the way through. There's no hard feelings. I'm just going to find out exactly what happened with Jessica Pills there and Anak, because the podium at the moment will be Julia Janodi, Jessica Pills and Anak Verhoeven. I've got to go and just confirm the order of them. Just give me 2 seconds, I'll be back over. Magdalena Roth looking incredibly good here. Sean, talk us through what she's doing.
Well, she just secured the gold medal. She climbed one. She just won, so there you go. First place, second place for Prakati. She's just gonna keep going here. I don't know if she knows she's won or she's gonna keep going and obviously get as high as she can.
So at the moment, not even the girls can tell the difference between which one of them has reached the high point over on female youth A. So we're getting it checked. None of them know really what's going on over there at the moment. The three girls are talking about it, the athletes this is, and they can't seem to tell the difference between which one of them reached the higher point and what's going to happen. So we're reviewing that one. At the moment, Magdalena Roek, although she just doesn't seem to care right now, is already in, this is goal position, right?
Yeah, already, like I said, already in the goal position by quite a few moves now, but she's just going to continue, and hopefully we see at least one top on this route.
And Katharina Posch just sitting in front of us as well, just watching her teammate move through the last few moves. Yep, just going to the splits and a drop knee at the top of the wall. Why not, eh, Sean?
Yeah, that's really good. Falls on the second to last move, but it's still good enough for the gold.
Incredible. Magdalena Roek, world youth champion in the female junior category. Well, bit of a shot there as well. Katharina Posch in the silver medal position. Fantastic effort from her. And I believe Sa Sol in the bronze medal position. We're still waiting to see what's going on with the female youth A girls. We'll find out in a moment. It's looking like tied 48 plus for both Anak Verhoeven and Jessica Pills, which due to countback will move Jessica Pills into the first place position. And unfortunately, Anak Verhoeven down into the silver medal position. Such a shame to go to countback for it, but there we go. They were tied on the wall, and that's what we do. We go back into countback. Anak looking very emotional at the moment. We're waiting to see the difference. Jessica Pills very calm and collected, and Julia Shanady is talking to her. Magdalena Roek, what a performance all the way through. Just very calm all the way up there. And Dmitry Fakiranov, what an incredible athlete. A very, very bright future ahead for Dmitry. So just waiting to find out at present. I believe that those results are accurate, that Jessica Pills did reach the 48 plus, but it's looking like what it's going to be. We're just waiting to find out and confirm those details for you. Won't be a second.
Okay. So it's looking like we have our medalists, our positions. At present, the results up in front of you at the moment. You can see there Jessica Pills in first place, Anna Verhoeven in second, and Julia Shanadi in third. Hannah Bear fourth, Andrea Kumin fifth, Dana Glimkanova sixth, Molly Thompson-Smith in seventh, which she's been in before, and Mona Kellner in eighth. In the female juniors, Magdalena Roek, 51 plus, ahead of Katarina Posch. She takes the gold. Katarina Posch takes the silver with a 41. And Manon Hilly for France with a 36 plus, tied with Sassol, but due to count back, she then moves up into the bronze medal position. Domen Skofic in third for the men's juniors. Sebastian Halenki in, Halenki. How many times have I said that before and I get it wrong now? Sebastian Halenki in silver medal position with a 41. And Dmitry Fakirainov with a top. Which was the only top of the finals, wasn't it, Sean?
Yep, yeah, the only top of the finals, and Sebastian was really good, and then Dimitri just shot him all out of the water, climbing an extra 6-7 moves, and yeah, the only top of the finals.
To recap some of the younger categories as well for you, so you can have a look at some of the athletes. I'll just give you the podium positions on this one. We have Eike Tajima. This is the female youth B lead category. Eike Tajima in gold medal position. Emily Gerhardt of Germany in the silver medal position. And Miwa Oba in third place position. So 2 medals for Japan there, a gold and a bronze, and a silver medal for Germany. Going into the male youth B, we have Stefano Carnati of Italy taking the gold medal, Hugo Parmentier of France taking the silver, and Sasha Lehmann taking the bronze for Switzerland. Kai Leitner, unfortunately, just missing out in fourth place there after that slip. In the male Youth A lead category, we have a bit of a change up here, actually, to what I originally thought it was. It is not an all Japanese podium, according to this. I'm being told here that it's Naoki Shimatani in gold medal position, Shinshiro Nomura in silver medal position, and Bernhard Roek of Austria taking the bronze at the moment. That's the results as I have them. Down here at the venue, let's try and chat to some of our people. Let's try and get some of our athletes up for a bit of a conversation about how it's gone. Jessica Pills, come up here for me. I'm going to go and grab her and have a brief conversation with her after she's finished the climb. She's shaking her head at me. She doesn't want to talk. She never wants to talk. But I'm going to try and grab her now for you and have a conversation. I'm here with Jessica Pills at the moment. Jessica, how was the climb for you?
It was very hard from the beginning, and yes, and now I'm happy that I could climb so high.
Did you have any idea while you were up on the wall, the positioning of the previous athletes and where you were coming in? You're now taking a gold medal here, but did you know when you were on the wall that you were pushing into the medals?
No, I didn't know. I'm not sure that I'm first now.
At the moment?
Yeah.
At the moment, the results are saying that you are.
Yeah, because Anna has a doping control, and maybe normally the first one has it, so...
But we have countback to deal with as well, and you beat her in the semi-finals level. So at the moment, the results are showing up. Anak in second, you in first place. Am I the first person to say this to you?
Cool.
Am I the first person to tell you? Has no one else told you what the medals are saying at the moment? No?
No.
Okay, cool. That's interesting. So here we are. Jessica Bills, how does that make you feel?
Yes. Don't know.
That's what's happening at the moment. It's looking like at the moment you're going to be taking the gold medal. So you said it was very, very hard, all the way up there. Say again?
In the middle it was very hard. I don't know what I should do.
This point around the yellow volume on here, did you go up with left or right? Because I was talking to someone at the time.
I think with left. Yes.
With the left? Okay, we've seen switching from different athletes all the way through that. Some athletes going up with the right. Julia Shanodi did, and said that it felt more correct to go up that way. You've gone up with the left because it obviously felt better. What was the point at that you thought was the most tricky point? And the middle section here, what was the hardest point there?
Yes. Yes.
It was the nose, the yellow one.
Yeah.
Okay, and what happens from now for you? Because we've just seen you in IMCH doing very, very well with the seniors and getting through to a final there. You're here now as well, and apparently you've took the gold by the look of things. What do you do from now on? Where do you go?
Now I make 2 weeks break, and yes, then I see. I don't know.
You don't know whether we're going to see you at some World Cups in the future?
Maybe in Gran.
Not,
November.
not for Perth?
No.
Ah, you want to have a break on that one. What are you going to be doing then? Are you going on holiday with some friends, or are you going to be training?
I drive with my parents to Kärnten in Austria, to a sea, and yes,
You going climbing outside during that time, or just to relax?
just relax, no climbing.
It's time for a break.
Yes.
Jessica, thank you for talking to us. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Jessica Pils of Austria at the moment saying that we are in first place position, the gold medal position. We will wait and see if anything changes, but at the moment that's still what it's saying. I'm just going to double check with Sean, but he's nodding at me at the moment. Sean, did you enjoy it?
Oh, I thought that was super fun. Thanks for letting me do it again. I had a little bit of practice in Singapore. Hope I was better this time. I'd appreciate a little bit of feedback, you know. Maybe I stuttered, maybe I had no idea what I was talking about. I feel like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know. But yeah, no, it's fun. Thanks for letting me do it.
You were awesome. Thanks for being with us. Again, I think it's a tradition, so it's going to be World Youth Championships every year. You and me have to hook up and do that sort of thing. And if you ever fall out on the World Cups as well, from now on, you've got a job. You know that, right? You're shaking your head, aren't you? It's too intense.
I really just hope I'm in finals for the lead, but then I don't have to commentate. Not that I don't like it, but...
No, that's what I mean. It's just if you don't make finals. So I'm just going to be sabotaging all your gear beforehand. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
John, you said that Sean was awful.
No, it was great, really. Probably a good idea to say he was awful. Just put him down a peg or two. But I'll let him take over for me if he would like, you know.
This is John Ellison, the founder of Climbers Against Cancer. John, give us a bit of a conversation about how you found the entire experience of the World Youth Championships. Very earlier on today, you presented a cheque for $15,000 to the British Columbia Cancer Funds and talk to us a bit about the whole competition. What's it been like for you?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I mean, the welcoming from the Canadians from the start has been absolutely superb. I mean, such a nice bunch of people, very welcoming, great manners and all that sort of thing. At the end of the day, it's such a good facility. Commander and her team have done fantastically well. They've built up a fantastic stadium, and the support. I think the support has built up over the weekend. And what can we say? It's been great.
So from here, then, John, what's the plan for you? Where are we going? Where's next for CAC?
Well, it's not that easy really, because we're governed by the competition calendar to see if we can get similar sorts of events so that we can promote the awareness through the TV and everything else. There's maybe plans ahead to possibility of Sweden in November at the Legends Only event at the end of the season. It's really difficult because it takes so much time to put everything in place. So hopefully in very soon we'll have a few more ideas. We'd like to donate in Japan very soon, and obviously we're looking into a donation in South Africa. But it's like I say, it's not that easy. There's a lot of logistics involved in creating donations. So it's good that we've got 3 on the bounce with Sydney, Briançon and Central Saanich. So hopefully very soon we'll be able to announce a new location. If we can do that, it'd be fantastic. But it gives us time to take stock and see how things have moved on, and hopefully, very soon we'll have something in mind.
Thank you, John. I'm going to let you go and enjoy the award ceremony now. You can go and get yourself down there. At the moment, we've got a bit of craziness going on here because Anneke Verhoeven has just come running up onto the stage, a little bit concerned that she isn't in first place. So obviously the 3 of them must have had a talk. Julia Chanaudy, Anneke Verhoeven and Jessica Pils. The 3 of them must have been talking and come to the conclusion together that Anneke Verhoeven was in first place, the gold medal position. I initially thought that, and then the results app came in, and the results app at the moment is telling us, and from talking to one of the judges by the side of the wall, that it's a 48+ tie between Anneke Verhoeven and Jessica Pils, which due to countback would mean that Jessica Pils moves on to first place position, but I'm not entirely sure what's happening at the moment. I'm going to go and find out for you right now so we know what's going on before we move on to the podiums. So still waiting to find out exactly what's going on here with the female podium on Youth A. There's a lot of conjecture going on around at the venue. As soon as I know, I will let you guys know. Still working on that one for you, and we're getting things ready for the podium. I'll be chatting to a few more of the athletes as soon as I possibly can also. So at the moment, this is what's happening. It's looking like Anneke Verhoeven was wrongly informed that she had taken the gold medal. And that's why Annek's having a bit of a nightmare at the moment here at the competition. Imagine the stress of it for these young athletes. At the moment, our provisional results are standing. It's looking like it is Jessica Pills, tied with a 48 plus with Anneke Verhoeven. And due to countback, the fact that Jessica Pills was the last athlete out due to her performance in the semi-finals, due to countback, it's looking now like we are going to have Jessica Pills on top of the podium, Anneke Verhoeven in silver medal place. Now there might be an appeal going on, so give me a couple of seconds to find out exactly what's going on with that. There might be an appeal from the Belgian team, from Anneke, to have a look at something. I don't know. But that's what's happening at the moment. While that is happening, I'm going to grab and have a brief conversation with a very good friend of mine. It's Sebastian Halenki, who is up here on the stage with us. Seb, you were leading that all the way through there, and it took Dimitri to come back and squash you. Now, you still got another year in this category as well, and he hasn't. So you've got another way to come back, but a silver medal position for you, and you must be pretty pleased with that one.
Yeah, obviously it was a really, really nice result. Of course, I have to confess I'm a little bit disappointed. I mean, I wanted to do this World Youth Championship title a fourth time. That's why I was coming here. But though it was alright that he won, he was for sure the strongest competitor in this competition. And I'm pleased for him that he has won. I think he had some kind of fails that he wouldn't need to have. So I think it's good for him. And my climbing was good. I was doing what I could, so it's fine.
Okay, so the point that you came down on the wall, it's just behind us now. A little bit up there, we've got that one move that you were reaching for at that point. Dimitri managed to stick it. What was it that brought you down at that stage?
Well, I don't know. I have to say for me, it was not really the right foothold position there. I should have put my right foot up instead of setting a heel hook. But also I was already pumped, I have to say. I wasn't really fresh there. So it was a mixture of those two things. Maybe with another foothold position, I would have done a few movements more closer to the top, but I don't think I would have topped this route. He is just a lot fitter at the moment than me.
I think he found a lot of rest points on there as well. He was very, very focused in controlling his climb, in making himself, forcing himself to rest there. Did you think that for your own personal climb on there, did you think that you would, if you were to reclimb this, that you'd find extra rest points, or do you think it was just for you that you prefer to just go at it, to just get there?
Well, I think he has got another style than me of climbing. It's like he's resting really much and lots more than me, and he's also a lot more controlled climber than me. Maybe I would have found another one close to the place where I fell, but through I wouldn't rest as much as him. It's just not my style, it's more his style. I'm more the straight climber who is going fast and straight forward up the wall.
I think the thing to take from this for yourself as well is that you've had these 9th place positions in at the World Cups. Not the final yet, not the final. You're working towards the final. But Domen Skofic has had finals, and you are now standing in silver place, and Domen is standing in bronze. And Domen is a fantastic climber, very, very strong. So for you, there's only up from here, I think. The chance that now you're going to move on, take the finals at the World Cup stage, and I know that you're gunning for it. I know you're keen. I know you want it to get into a final stage. The thing I was going to ask you was going back to you saying that 3 years in a row, you've taken gold medals at this World Youth Championships. Not this year because of Dimitri. You still have, is it one more year here?
Yeah, I have got one more year that I'm able to do the World Youth Champion.
It's an incredible rep, by the way, to be able to say that you came here. And so is that going to be, that'll be Youth A twice and Youth B once?
No, it was Youth B twice and once in Youth A. Last year it was Youth A.
That was down on the beach in Singapore, wasn't it? And I remember you were
exactly.
absolutely crazy at that point. You just lost it because you were so pleased with it. You can only go up from here. Seb, what's the plan for you from now on? Where are you going from now?
Well, now I'm going back home, resting for a few days, and then I will train really, really hard for 2 weeks, doing 2 sessions per day and stuff like that. Obviously not training every day, but many, many training sessions. Then resting a little bit 1 week before Perth, and then going for Perth and also Perm. Then I don't know what about the Asian competitions, I just don't know it. But well, if I'm able to go there, I will be pleased with that. And if not, I will just use that time to train more and more. And next year, well, after that there is still coming Valence and Krani, obviously. And I want to really crush there, obviously.
Seb, I think you're an incredible athlete. I think you're an incredible young gentleman, and I wish you all the best of possible luck. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the World Cups, getting that final.
Thank you a lot.
I'm going to let him go so we can go over onto the podium positions now and let Sebastian get settled into that one.
And they've got the Boulders logo on them. So I don't know. I might just have room for one of those in my suitcase. Because they really are pretty cute.
all the known winners to come over here before we start so that we can line them up and get.
You over to Sheila McCarran now, guys watching on the web. This is Sheila McCarran, our local MC. Thank you very much. I'll just step away from the speakers. So, we are about to go ahead with our awards ceremony. Could I just ask all the athletes who will be receiving medals to make their way over here so that we can make the transition quite fluid. Est-ce que les médaillés peuvent se mettre à côté des podiums pour qu'on puisse commencer la cérémonie de remise des médailles? Coaches, can you please make sure your athletes come up? Hello? Coaches, can you please send out your athletes? Magda?
We need to get all the athletes who won medals to come out and you get the Austrians at least, and then as you here. And if you start, then the others will follow. Thank you.
Yeah. In the third place, then we give him the medal and the gift.
Yes, obviously.
All right.
They come up to the front because they have no idea. You say come up and everyone's like, where do they want them?
Oh, okay. So if the... Dan, can you push the level up a little bit? Can the medal winners please make their way up to the front here where you can see the Austrian climbers and we can get this medal ceremony going. Nobody will hear this. Okay. Here they come. So, as the medal winners are gathering, I'd like to introduce you to the Mayor of Central Saanich, climbing capital of the world, Alistair Bryson, Mayor of Central Saanich, who will be helping give out the medals this evening, and also Vice President of the IFSC, Helmut Knaber. So, let's kick off with the speed categories. Position for the female Youth B, Anastasia Manulova of Russia. In silver medal position for the USA, Margarita Rita Masterova. And our gold medalist and world champion for the female Youth B category 2013 is Daria Khan of Russia. We're just waiting for the flags to go on the screen, and then I'll ask you to welcome the national anthem of Russia. Thank you, ladies. And now we'll move on to the male Youth B speed category in... I'm being told to wait. Well done. Good job, Rita.
Here, and we're missing Konstantin Pavlenko.
He's not here.
Okay, on we go with the male Youth B speed. Athletes can make their way to the podium. In bronze medal position, it was Konstantin Pavlenko of the Ukraine, who's not present this evening. In silver position for Russia, it's Lev Rudatsky.
Dan is telling me that for the TV, it has to be down here, and he told me that.
Gold medal position, also for Russia. Please welcome Vladislav Miznikov, world champion, male youth B 2013.
No, that's not. Well, look, make your minds up. Yep. And then when they.
So will you please welcome the national anthem of Russia? Medalists. In bronze medal position representing the USA, Kyra Conley. In silver medal position, Kayla Liu, USA. And the gold medalist and World Youth A Female Speed Champion 2013, it's Elena Markusheva of Russia. Please be upstanding for the Russian national anthem.
In bronze medal position, representing Switzerland, Sascha Lehmann. In silver medal position, representing France, Hugo Parmentier.
lead competition and 6 for our speed competition as well. 12 new World Youth Champions. We wait and now move forward into the next year, 2014, before they get a chance to come back and do it all over again. Thank you for joining us. We've been here in Canada for this year. Our next closer of the World Cup Senior Circuit. I really hope you can join us for that one. It's going to be great. We're going to see a few of the athletes that are actually here at this event coming over to participate in that one as well. I've been Daniel Finn, and thank you for being with us all the way through this World Youth Championships. We'll see you very soon, but for now, good night.